city lights. Without a care or fear is how we living life. Though the vibe's right, I want it more. When it's over, forgot what I was running toward. I wanna chill with a familiar face, get lost in their eyes without a trace, and contemplate if anyone can see me now. Sealed lips, inner soul screaming out. To get back to my roots and find some fertile ground. But I'm the seed that grew when concrete was all around. These streets ain't forgiving and they don't nurture much. But sure as rain falls, I rise and shine till I burn with touch. Head in the clouds, dreaming of clearer skies. Fins out of water by the riverside. Close to home, but it feel out of reach. But all along, it's inside of me. Hard to hide and show restraint. When you're shining in the rain. Damn streets, neon lights. Reflecting on my inner lights. Reflecting on my, hold up. Reflecting on my inner shine. Reflecting on my, hold up. Reflecting on my shit light. What's on your mind? I grapple with duality, it been reality. Live my dreams and make my life a non-fiction fantasy. Journaling on my tablet, writing calligraphy. In an ancient park, a stone's throw from the city street. Third eye opens as the city sleeps. Quiet the chaos, sync up with my inner peace. I'm present, reflecting on where I've been. No matter where I go, I can return again. Hard to hide and show restraint. When you're shining in the rain. Damn streets, neon lights. Reflecting on my inner lights. Reflecting on my, hold up. Reflecting on my inner shine. Reflecting on my, hold up. Reflecting on my shit light. What's on your mind? On my inner light. On my inner light. On my inner light.
Hold up.
On my inner light.
Dancing in the rain.
Hard to hide and show restraint. When you're shining in the rain. Damn streets, neon lights. Reflecting on my inner lights. Reflecting on my, hold up. Reflecting on my inner shine. Reflecting on my, hold up. Reflecting on my shit light. What's on your mind? Reflected under city lights. Without a care or fear is how we living life. Though the vibe's right, I want it more. When it's over, forgot what I was running toward. I wanna chill with a familiar face, get lost in their eyes without a trace, and contemplate if anyone can see me now. Sealed lips, inner soul screaming out. To get back to my roots and find some fertile ground. But I'm the seed that grew when concrete was all around. These streets ain't forgiving and they don't nurture much. But sure as rain falls, I rise and shine till I burn with touch. Head in the clouds, dreaming of clearer skies. Fins out of water by the riverside. Close to home, but it feel out of reach. But all along, it's inside of me. Hard to hide and show restraint. When you're shining in the rain. Damn streets, neon lights. Reflecting on my inner lights. Reflecting on my, hold up. Reflecting on my inner shine. Reflecting on my, hold up. Reflecting on my shit light. What's on your mind? I grapple with duality, it been reality. Live my dreams and make my life a non-fiction fantasy. Journaling on my tablet, writing calligraphy. In an ancient park, a stone's throw from the city street. Third eye opens as the city sleeps. Quiet the chaos, sync up with my inner peace. I'm present, reflecting on where I've been. No matter where I go, I can return again.
Let's get this story going so we can finish that up and then prepare to do yet another stream tomorrow where we do the EX. What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G. Welcome back to the channel and to the stream. As always, appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to hang out here on the channel. And for those of you watching this on the VOD, you are awesome as well. Okay, audio is good on the TV. Let's turn that down. It is early afternoon here, and it's been a while. About half a month since the Auto event started, and I did like the first half of the story, but I did not finish it yet. So that's today's goal, and we're gonna try to do it sort of as quickly as possible because I'm on a deadline. I've got about 3 hours until I've got to go get my wife. So we're gonna try to crush the rest of the story in about 3 hours time. I don't know if we're going to, but we're gonna do our best. So we're gonna accomplish as much as possible. And then, as I said there in the intro, we're going to try to come back tomorrow to do an EX and S stage stream. And then potentially one final stream after that, or I may even record a video where I do a little bit of a challenge thing. But I have a cooking video that I'm working on yet that I've got to get done and out. So one deadline here, because we've only got about two today, tomorrow, the day after. So we got technically 3 days roughly to submit our stuff, because it's on the 4th at like 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning Eastern, something like that, when they officially end submissions. So yeah, fun stuff. Rosabells, hi Johnny, I'm stuck in editing hell again, trying to get this video done before the content submission is over. I shall use you to keep me awake. Well, hey, if I can help you stay awake and get your stuff done, sounds like we're both in crunch, trying to get things finished up here. I've been very, very busy. I didn't even get my Fortnite stream earlier in the week like I normally do on Fridays. I didn't even get to do that. So we're going to be doing that later on tonight too, the fam. So, but like I said, I am a bit deadline crunched for today as far as time, I should say. So we're going to get the desktop audio on. I've already got the game up and running. It's time to jump in. Headphones on. Need to make a shorter transition video next time. Alright. Righty. Okay. Alrighty, let's get into it. Where did we end off? Because now we've got the EX and S stages are out. We've got to complete those. I haven't even done this mini game stuff really, so yeah, I got a lot of that stuff to do, but whatevs. Okay, we're on AT-5, and I believe we've got let's see, hold on, guidebook, is that it? Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 5, 6, 7, and 8, and I believe another story bit yet, or 2 potentially. Story 1, TR2, yeah. Let's blast through the stages first. We're gonna complete the stages, and then we'll go back and read the story to finish things off. So here's my auto squad. I got coffee, I got Kool-Aid, I got a lot here. All right. So like I said, we'll come back, we'll do the story after. Minigame is easy, but it takes so long to finish. That's what I heard. I remember you saying something about that, and a couple other people talking about the minigame, and it just sounds
don't scratch you.
tedious, I guess you could say. Okay, all right, these punch machines. I remember those, but I don't think I did much with them. Heelsies. Let's throw you up here.
If I make it back in one piece.
I blocked one of my Mulesies, but you know what? That's fine. Because I get bubbles. One of my clones.
If I'm dead anyway, I'm taking you with me.
Toxins and traps are my tactics. Relax. Out there. I've swallowed up the sock. I've got it to pieces.
Not bad.
need to cover up.
There we go.
Then everybody's in the game.
Let's launch that one.
I knew who you were.
Okay. Partner and I literally sat down for a session just to get through it. Oh my. I'll probably over the next couple of days sit and mess with it a little bit, just, you know, like while I'm at work. It's something to waste time while I'm there, like if I'm sitting around, because I think I've got a fairly easy week coming up, but yeah, that sounds painful. All right. Okay, I don't think I need non-Kuya, so let's go Hoshiguma.
Dangerous spot. Send me there. Something suspicious up ahead. 200 meters.
Okay.
Do we have sunsets anyway? That animosity inside the
Clear skies for teaming, rain clouds for Korea. Look at it.
This spotlight shines on
Last guy. Easy. Done. Let's go. Okay. We'll skip the story for now.
You're reliable. The
Chosen
people
one
around
medal.
you are reliable. Man, how can everybody here be so reliable?
Reliable. Okay, so here's story 2. Yeah, so we got 5, story 2, 6, 7, 8, story 3. So okay, 6. Boom. I completed, but my partner just went for the furniture for the purple certs. Maybe you could do that. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Those purple certs will come in handy during the rerun, or getting them from the rerun, so I might have to do the same thing.
Doctor,
Okay.
what do I do if my legs are shaking?
If your legs are shaking, stop them from shaking.
Shut up.
Simple as that. Wait, what? Okay, we're gonna do
Illusion
this.
and intimidation are my tactics too.
Pass on your last words. No.
Relax. What?
I know that hurts
You think you're
her
a better robber than
when they do the spinny thing.
Need speed.
That's okay. We're the bubble people.
I try and keep my eyes open.
Okay. Beyblade boys. Oh, man. I wonder if I still have my Beyblades anywhere. I think I do. I think I do have. I only had a couple growing up,
awaiting
but
orders.
I'd have to look and see. There's somewhere probably packed away in my basement.
No need to cover up. If secrets go public, then
My eye doing it? Who gives a crap about that right now?
Let's do this now.
I wasn't supposed to act. So the mountains when summer leaves are like
Okay,
dew.
we'll release you. Go ahead. Take care of some people for me. Use her just to get rid of these machines. Because they are a killer if they activate.
come on, Cherry Quasi.
Of course.
Show me what you got there.
Okay, now her.
Where's their moose
There for the
annoying
build-up.
guy? I'll take him down.
All right, Lapland, look, I know the wolves like to play with the balls, but you know, just chill, okay? Get some more coffee in me. All right, Kichi-san.
Something
Put you there
suspicious
for a
up
little bit.
ahead. 200 meters. I don't need to aim.
Look, boy, trying to jump there, but you ain't getting anywhere. Let it rip. Man, he just gets me in the Wayback Machine for now.
What a pity.
12 of 24. Oh, I guess I could speed this up. Yeah, come on, dummy. Speed it up a little bit. I'm good on my DP right now.
You're not the one I'm looking for. Nobody. I knew you were right away.
He's stuck in a bubble. That's what you get for hitting me. last one. Bye-bye. You have been eaten. Let's go. Okay. Skip for now.
You're reliable. The people around you are reliable.
2 more stages.
Man, how can everybody
Then
here
we could
be
jump back.
so reliable?
We got this P-1. We'll worry about that potentially tomorrow with tomorrow's stream. I just want to get the main story, main theme finished up. So we may lump that in with our EX and S stages. Get into 7. Cold Moonlight. Or if we need to, we'll use it to break up some of the story here in a bit. I like this
Come
song.
with me. I know a secret passage.
Hi, Mio. Oh, I kind
When
of forgot
will
about
the
your
seeds of
existence
this tragedy
for a
plant?
second.
Easy peasy.
What a cool song. All right, let's just, kind of have fun.
If I
And take her
make it
out here.
back in one piece, I win. Now's not the time for
Come on,
love.
Moo.
Where's the most dangerous spot? Send me there.
My eye doing it? Who gives a crap about that right now?
Decided what to carve in your grave yet? Awaiting orders.
All right.
Shut up.
Put her there. All right, Naruto, activate. Crush.
Followed up the sun.
Hiya. What animosity?
Whoops, sorry, Mio. She's kind of gone. Bye-bye.
Awaiting orders.
Okay. Okay. Try this one.
I've got an idea. What do you fear most?
All right, I think I'm good on her there. Let's put Lapland there.
Like the water.
Okay, where'd my cursor go? I still need to fix my cursor for when I'm playing this game.
Wait! This is a sword!
I don't need the aim. This show has its disappointment.
Bye-bye, machine.
Got it.
Texas is still protecting there pretty good. All right, Kichise goes. That's good.
Want a candy?
Mio and Mifune being aesthetic. Oh my god. They have such cool designs that they really do pop. I mean, like some of the enemy designs in this story are kind of,
But that might be all you got.
I don't know. They're not the greatest, but like as far as those characters in particular, yeah, they are amazing. I'm really happy with how well they did Mio and Mifune. And of course, even Hoshiguma's altar is fantastically designed in terms of being really
Don't
popping.
bother checking the battlefield again. I saw
Even Haruka,
every
but-
enemy off myself.
All right, 8. Let's do this. AT-8, Flowing River. Okay. Another
If
pretty
you're stuck,
sick song.
Just leave the hardest task to me. Got it. Shut up.
Okay, serious face.
How did I do this? I think I did this way, but I'm not positive.
Toxins and traps are
Set
my
her there
tactics.
temporarily.
Want a candy? Now's not the time for hellos.
Where's their most annoying guy?
There he is. What's up, buddy? How you
Better
doing?
robber than me.
Haruka, let's get some bubble stuff going on.
Keep my eyes open.
This will keep you quiet. Cut them to pieces.
Now step. I've been in plenty of events.
Okay, Texas is kind of like toasted here. That's okay. Go, Haruka. Get them bubbles going. Look at you. Look at you. Look at her doing the work, doing the heavy lifting down here while Texas is kind of like
You can't stop me.
there,
Enough.
just stalling them pretty much.
Nightmares come with me.
Oh, we did get him damaged pretty well. He's going to pop up here, though. That's all right. So, what we're going to do now,
No need to cover up.
Lapland.
If secrets go public, then everybody's taken like water.
Look, Zaro, do not disappoint me, my friend.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember how I did this on my other account.
I've got an idea. Enough dreaming. Only nightmares come with me. But I don't need to aim.
Do we have cookie?
Okay, those things are almost done.
That's a good bird. Oh, whatever. Take it.
Let's do this.
So loud. I've had a time for hellos.
Dude, like, buddy. That was kind of a mistake on your part. Ooh. You're stuck in between 5 mulesies. And that was kind of bad on your part, bud. Sorry.
You can't stop me.
I got Wishdale there just kind of blasting you. Pookie, do something.
The curtains are about to fall.
I don't really understand the point of that thing. I know it takes out my operators, and I don't really need mulesies there, which is fine, but
Spring breeze, timely weather.
not anymore at least. Hi, Mia. You're back, but eh. I know this.
If you're really incapable of so the mountains when summer leaves the white dew.
Now he's gone.
See
now we
the
got
flames
Mio.
when equinox paints russet
I don't really need
hue.
her. Lapland, you can duke it out with her. Let's see what happens. Just for funsies.
My eye doing it? Who gets to talk about that right now?
Well,
Cut them to pieces.
apparently OG Lapland is more than enough for her. Got her completely stun locked on the side.
What up?
That's awesome.
This show has so far. I knew you were right away.
Okay, one more. Where are you hiding? Where are you hiding? There you are. Bye-bye. Haha. That wasn't bad. A fun stage. Skip.
Job's done.
Job's
Should wrap
done.
up now.
All right, Moo Moo. All right, coffee's done, too. Oh, let's backtrack now. Story time. Time to do some reading, chat. Let's annoy you with my horrible voice acting. Speaking of voice acting, I spent some time yesterday doing some recordings. I got caught up on one role that I needed to have by yesterday, basically. I got that finished and done. And then I got a couple auditions done for some interesting roles, some paid roles that I saw, wanted to give a shot for. And then I had found a paid role that I want to audition for. I posted about it in my Discord, but it's a little NSFW, which is kind of messed up. But I mean, not so much that it's messed up. It's just one of those things where the audition lines are quite risque, to say the least. So, but it's very, very high paid. So I'm going for it. Bossing this event is easy until you get to S4. Ooh. Ow. Okay. That scares me. That sounds kind of ominous. What's up, Bio? How's it going? Put me down. I can walk on my own. All right. What happened? My room. It's a complete mess. Have Kinbei's guys been here already? Careful. Someone might be lying in ambush. Momoko ignores Hoshiguma's warning and runs towards the window. Hasuke? How could this happen? Who cut my Hasuke? Cut? Following Momika to the window, Hoshiguma sees the objects lined up on it and a flower pot. There's only the stem of a plant left. The upper half has been severed. Hoshiguma turns her head towards the trash can and sees the upper half lying inside. Hasuke is a tree?
A sapling. It didn't grow much because I haven't taken good care of it. Who did this and why? Why?
Momika, calm down.
Let me go. I'll get revenge for Hasuke.
For some reason, Momika seems to get angrier with each word that Hoshiguma says. Her eyes are wide, she's panting hard and trembling all over, seemingly willing to fight to the death. Hoshiguma instinctively takes a step back and even has the urge to gulp, something that she does not often do. Not that Momika is trying to do anything to her, but Momika intends to kill. Hoshiguma can sense it. Hoshiguma takes another step back and touches a water bottle. She immediately pours a cup of water and hands it to Momika. Here, have some water. Momika does not answer. She snatches the cup out of Hoshiguma's hands and empties it in a single gulp, leaving bite marks on the edge of the paper cup. At least it seems to have calmed her down a little, if only a little.
It must have been Kinbei's people who did this to Hasuke, right?
Very likely.
But why? Did they cut Hasuke to vent their anger just because I wasn't home? How could they do this?
Judging from what I see in the trash can, Hasuke wasn't in very good shape. Momika takes a big step towards Hoshiguma. Hoshiguma almost knocks over the water bottle as she flinches.
Of course Hasuke's in bad shape. How could it be anything else when all my time is occupied with work?
Huh?
Of course I wanted Hasuke to grow up healthy and keep changing its pots until it's too big for my room. But I have to do overtime when the agency asks. I don't get home until 3 or 4 in the morning, and a lot of times I don't even remember when I last watered it. But that's okay. I can take notes and measure the water. But the people at the agency laugh at me when I say I want to take Hasuke with me on long trips. I tried those blogger tips and put eye drop vials in the soil, but it doesn't work. Hasuke's leaves are always yellow when I come back from a long trip, and it almost wilted a few times. I had to work hard to save it every time. Not gonna grow when it's always on the brink of death.
It's very important to you, is it? The question that came to Hoshiguma's mind was a rare species, but she immediately realizes that it is not what she should ask. Is it a gift from someone dear to you?
No, I picked it up from the roadside.
The roadside?
I came to MITSUKUE with Hanamaru, a cloud beast I had kept for a long time. As my work got busier, I no longer had time to care for her, so I gave her away along with her climbing rack. I bought a similar one to remember her. I knew I didn't have time to keep a pet, so I thought I would keep a plant.
And that was Hasuke?
No, my first one was Ran. I tried my best to take care of Ran, following the instructions in the manual to the letter, but after a few months...
Hoshiguma glances at the flower pot next to the cloud beast climbing rack.
A little seedling sprouted in Ran's pot. I asked the flower shop owner and he said it was a berry seedling and suggested that I changed pots. That was Ichigo. Then the windows of my room broke on a windy day, and by the time I got back home, Ran, Ichigo, Matsumaru, Togedono, my plants always die in strange ways. Togedono died because of a flood upstairs. I started suspecting that plants and I were just weren't good together. But I couldn't keep a pet because I might have to go on a long trip at a moment's notice at any time. But I would come home to an empty room without even a single blade of grass I could talk to without putting on a mask. I couldn't take it anymore, which was why I got Tamasaburo.
Oh god. This electronic pet? What happened to Tamasaburo?
When I talked to the repair shop owner, he said it left the factory with a defective motherboard.
Oh my god. So I'm assuming that's like a Tamagotchi or something. Fish versus Oni.
I picked up Hasuke with its pot from a trash dump on my way back from the repair shop. When I found Hasuke, I made up my mind. I would give up on keeping a plant if I couldn't keep it alive.
With tears in her eyes, Momika walks from one end of the windowsill to the other, showing them to Hoshiguma one by one. Hoshiguma is not sure whether to laugh or cry until Momika pulls the last bag open. It is not a memorial for a pet or plant, but 2 memorial tablets. The names inscribed upon them are Kazuhiko Shino and Kumiko Shino.
What is this? My mama and papa. You don't mean... Oh no, it's not that. I grew up in Gokawa, near the southern border. It was a small backwater nomadic city in Kaneshiro territory. It was known for its plastics and chemical plants and nothing else. Waste from the factories had polluted the water supply. People didn't know they were drinking polluted water until a few years before I was born. I managed to grow up pretty healthy, but my parents were not so lucky. Papa died when I was very little, around 5 or 6 years old. I was brought up by my mother. I don't remember much about Papa. As for Mama, she was never in good health. She complained about not being able to see clearly, feeling numb in her hands and feet, and was also prone to falling. Kaneshiro clan hushed things up, giving people with clear health problems a pittance, while finding all sorts of excuses to deny relief to people who could still take care of themselves. Mama's condition had really deteriorated by the time Kinbei's agency scouted me, partly by persuasion and partly by coercion. She passed away not long after my debut. I wanted to attend her funeral, but the agency wouldn't let me, because I had become somewhat well known by then, and they didn't want people to know that I came from Gokawa. They gave me the surname Hanyu, which sounds northern because the surname Shino might clue people in on where I came from. My relatives took care of the funeral, but the agency prohibited me from telling them the true reason why I couldn't go back.
See, that kind of stuff bothers me. And admittedly, like, I know that, like, it's something that I'll never have to deal with because I'm not ever going to be in that kind of limelight. But I know it's not just with, like, idol culture or celebrity culture or anything like that. The stuff can happen anywhere when you get in with, like, agencies and management groups and stuff like that, where they kind of control your schedule and things like that, what you do, how you do it. But these ones that go so strict where they can't even, like, allow you your own story, they have to rewrite your history because they're so worried about where you came from being a mar on your, you know, popularity or something like that. Or they don't even give you time off to go visit family or to attend funerals and things like that. That kind of stuff really bothers me because you hear stories about it all the time. That kind of stuff's important. And to me, those agencies, those management companies and things like that, if they can't be honest with you and upfront and give you the ability to be with your family and stuff and to give you that time away, they're not worth your time. They're not worth being with. If they can't value the same things that you value, then where's the partnership in that, you know? But who am I to judge when, like I said, I'm never going to be involved in that kind of thing. I'm not famous, I'm not popular, I'm not in, like I said, idol or celebrity culture because I'm not taking that lifestyle. But like I said, I know it can happen anywhere. I know it happens even on a day-to-day basis with people's jobs, like regular work. Hearing about workplaces that you try to take a day off because of a funeral or something like that, and they deny it. They outright deny it. And it's like, you know what? It's not worth it then. Why work for a place like this? Why work for a company that won't help you to grieve or to spend time with someone who's sick or, you know, family when someone passes or whatever? It's just terrible. And you hear about it every day, and that's something that just has got to change, has got to stop. It sucks, you know, but it's neat that they included that as a thing here for the story to really help to build on Momoka's character. Fun, but very sad.
They cut ties with me after sending Mama's spirit tablet and ashes to me. The agency told me the best way to comfort my parents' souls was to become a star. Like force-feeding a foul beast, they kept telling me to become the biggest star in MITSUKUE, in Higashi, on Terra, that it was the meaning of my entire existence. And so I kept walking down this path, forcing myself to believe that they were right, until a few days ago. My performing career was the entirety of my life. Anything that could help my career I had to do, no matter how unwilling I was. Anything that could hurt my career, I couldn't touch, no matter how attractive it was. But I'm tired. I would be, even without all those strange Kaidan things that keep me up on edge every day. It's not that I don't like my work, but who can I talk to about things other than work? So this is what it's come to. Nothing I kept ever lived long, their memories forming a long row on my windowsill. Silly, isn't it? A girl who kills anything she tries to keep. Momoko Hanyu should go home alone, take off her makeup, shower, brush her teeth, and go straight to bed, then straight to work the next day when she wakes up. Momoko Hanyu should do exactly as her agency says and stop trying to have a life outside of her performing career. But Hasuke lived for a long time, even though I never took good care of it. But now, Momoko. Sorry, what's your real name? Haruka. Mama and Papa gave me the name because they wanted me to go far away. Away from Gokawa, away from the dirty water that killed without taste or smell, to live in freedom. I made it far away, all right. As for living in freedom... Should I call you? No, don't. Call me Momoko. Momoko Hanyu. Sorry. It's not that I don't like the name my parents gave me. How could I not like it? But I've come too far. I don't have a choice anymore. Haruka Shino has no parents, no relatives, no friend who knows the name. A breeze. A breeze is all it takes to blow her away. All I am is Momoko Hanyu, the performer. Even if the agency doesn't want me anymore, even if Kinbei wants me to get oropathy, even if he's trying to silence me, Momoko Hanyu is the only thing I am and the only thing I can be. Silence. Then, pack up, Momoko. We're leaving. Kinbei's ninjas could come back at any time. We need to go to Kajimachi. Yeah. Asia wipes her tears and starts packing silently. Then she looks up at Hoshiguma, forcing a smile on her tear-stained face. Say, can we go and see the fireworks tomorrow? I've been living in MITSUKUE for so many years, but I've never had the chance. Never had the time to go. I used to tell Mio-san that I would go to the riverside and watch the fireworks if I ever lost my job. Now, it looks like... well... She never finishes the sentence as her smile gradually fades, as though she knows that it is a silly question and is just waiting for someone to interrupt. Hoshiguma cannot find the words to console her. Sadly, there's that leverage of your dream versus your life, and people keep hoping that their dreams will propel them to let them have their lives back eventually. Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying, and being honest, I mean, arguably I'm guilty of that. I'm really guilty of that. And I'm guilty of it in a sense that I'm trying so hard to work towards achieving goals and dreams and things that I have in hopes that someday they'll allow me the opportunity to be more present for my family, and I won't have to go to a constant day-to-day 9-to-5 job every single day. And, you know, I'm still going to work. I'm still going to work hard and do my best until that day comes. But, you know, there's times where I have thought about it myself, and I've had other people tell me that I need to take a step back. I need to breathe. I need to realize that there's more to life and that someday things may work out. And I need to keep working hard, but I've got to live life as well and not, you know, just focus on those things so headstrongly. And at the same time, I've also got to remember that, you know, there are some things that are worth sacrificing, but there are other things that aren't. And that balance is tough to find, but it can be found, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It's just stuff I've thought about too, but I know I'm guilty of that, hoping that if I put so much effort in that my dreams will come faster, that things will be completed faster. And, you know, taking a step back in a way has made me realize that things move better on their own when I'm not trying to rush it, you know? I don't know. Lessons that can be learned. And it's kind of fun when something like Arknights can teach us that, you know? And I mean, I know this is something as well that real life teaches you, of course, but if a game like Arknights and the story can teach you that as well, it's fun. Just a nice connection. Anyways, bring it on, Bakayaro! I'll pay you double what that Gomikizu Kinbei is paying to cut off that white tail of his. I wanted a belt to go with this outfit anyway. Stop throwing this crap! What's in it? Kinbei's dirty photos or something? How much do you have to hate it to throw stuff like this? Watch your tongue. That's what I was waiting for. jam. Are you kidding me? Ouch! My hand! I can't move it! What are those famous people say in their death poems? In the 50 years of human life? Well, I haven't lived that long.
Shut it. I was just planning to take you to the Oyabun, but it looks like MITSUKUE would be a better place without you.
Ha! Now ain't that an honor?
Shut up and accept your death, lest your spirit become a ghost that shall not know rest. What's that? My blade! It was broken by a shogi piece? Ah, there's the old man.
Careful, Tessai. I mean business.
Take this, old bastard! The ninja yells at Tessai, but throws the broken sword to Kichisei lying on the ground. Kichisei sees Tessai's movements clearly for the first time. His iron fan pulls in the broken blade like a magnet. Tessai swings the fan, and the blade flies from the fan.
Thanks, old man. You saved my skin.
You want to sleep? Do it in a bed. You still have to mind the parlor tomorrow.
All right. Footsteps. Are there more of them? Hoshiguma! Momoko too! Are you alright? Are you crying, Momoko? I'm fine. Kichisei, you would be dead if the old man didn't show up. Uncle Tessai, Momoko's being hunted by Kinbei's people and has nowhere to go. I want to hide her in Kajimachi for a while. No problem. Plenty of space in the old man's pachinko parlor. Kichisei takes one glance at Tessai and realizes that he's not exactly in a great mood. What I mean is, she could stay upstairs in my shop.
Suit yourself.
Thanks, old man. I'll take her.
One moment. Do you really plan on parading her through the town as though that son of mine doesn't exist?
You mean Tetsuya?
He's been snooping around. The girl can stay at my place until he leaves. He won't go there. Fair point.
Well, let's go home. Tetsuya, Lucky Star ain't open today. What are you trying to do? Barging in while I'm out? I'm sorry. I was looking for the Northern Court spy and I haven't searched your home yet, so I'm the only one here. Do I look like a spy to you? Wait, how did you get hurt? Was it the Northern Court? Why would a Northern Court spy attack me? Just got in a little fight, that's all. All I need is a good night's sleep. How about I bandage it up for you? I almost forgot. You started studying medicine before working for Kinbei. And wanted to try your skills on anyone in town who had a bump or bruise. Must have read too many sword fight manga. Fine, suit yourself. Let's see if your skills have improved. Who did this to you? It almost went all the way through. Would you believe me if I said it was Kinbei? Don't talk bad about Mifune-san, Kichisei. He's doing it for the greater good. Forget the greater good. I remember how you were crying about how you were going to become a sword master and clear your mom's name. What happened to that? With the development of Kajimachi, did the window displays in the luxury shops eat up all your time? I left. I didn't have time to live off compensation money like you all. And I didn't want you to think that I was working for him out of greed. What kind of bloody baka are you? I'm not kidding. It was Kinbei's men who did this to me. I would be dead if your pop didn't step in. What? Ouch! Sorry, but no. Why would Mifune-san want to kill you? It must be a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? I saw Hoshiguma at the shrine, and then his men started tailing me. You tell me where the misunderstanding is. I'll go and find him. I'll smooth things over, if he's really angry at you for some reason. Are you his son? You're beyond saving. Seriously. I want to introduce the muzzle of my gun to that dumbass mouth of yours. Now get lost before I actually do it. I'll wrap the rest of my wounds myself. What a loser.
She tells him off. So that's the truth behind the Kaidan. What about your family home? Shimasu, Sanoguchi, that bastard Kinbei killed all of them.
Strictly speaking, I only have proof for Sanoguchi.
Do they have evidence then? Moriuchi, Momoka, and that so-called Kami. You have proof for the diet candidate dying by your hand 20 years ago. I can never forget what happened that night. You came back with blood all over you, standing at the door of this very manor, not saying a single word. I thought you had failed to stop Kinbei, but you told me that the diet was dead and you killed him. You accidentally killed Shuji, whom you were close to, while trying to stop Kinbei. Then you went berserk and started killing indiscriminately. The diet candidate was dead by the time you came to your senses. Who can prove that you did it? Only yourself, when you don't even remember what happened. If you think that Mifune didn't kill Shimasu and the others, what makes you say that you killed the diet candidate?
Well,
there was a succession crisis brewing, and you did, indeed, kill brothers of the clan. Not one, but several. You thought the people wouldn't accept someone who would kill their own brothers. Indeed, you couldn't accept yourself. The diet candidate was dead, and my relationship with you was much better than with Kinbei. Placing the blame on you would prove that I was fair and unbiased, at least. Kinbei was a valued administrator who was conducting the bulk of Kinsekikai's transformation. He put in honest work back then, and was more valuable than someone like you, who only contributed to fighting. All of these were things that you said to me the next day when your reason had fully returned. Your arguments were valid, for the greater good, and impossible to ignore at the time. Did any of it have to do with who killed the diet candidate, though? I wanted a straight answer. Did you kill the diet candidate by the name of Koreto? Yes or no? You said yes. The rest was history. I pinned the blame on you, and smuggled you to Lungmen. To everyone else, you had gone missing, having likely committed suicide because you feared punishment for the murder. But one lie must be covered up by another lie. If you had killed that diet candidate, then Kinbei and his people must have gone to protect him. Things snowballed from there. Let me ask you again, Hoshiguma. Did you kill the candidate? If the answer is yes, then there is nothing else to say. I did my best after you committed the deed, and it is my fault that the Kinsekikai has become what it is today. If not... Tasai says nothing more, but gazes straight into Hoshiguma's eyes. The only thing I hoped when I came back was that my sacrifice was not in vain, and that things had gotten better for the Kinsekikai. But I was wrong. So you didn't kill him? No, I don't know. I remember nothing from when I accidentally killed Shuji until I saw the candidate's lifeless body. All I know is that I had gone on a rampage. Then why did you say yes? Hoshiguma says nothing and looks in the direction of her family home. Because of your father. What are you doing here, Papa? Why are there so many bad people lying on the ground? Did you kill all of them? It's all right. Kajimachi is safe. Uncle Tessai's looking for you. Is that Aunt Setsuko? Grandma Kinoe, too? Did the bad people kill them? Even Tetsuya? Let's go, Papa. We need to tell Uncle Tessai. Why are you pointing your blade at me? Uncle Tessai, something's wrong with Papa. Papa! Yes, your father had killed Tetsuya in his madness. But what do Setsuko and my mother's death have to do with him? Hadn't he been protecting them? I told you, Tetsuya, not just him, but what happened to your father, too. It was all the fault of those wandering Oni. None of this would have happened if not for them. Besides, since when did I say that you needed to take responsibility for what your father did? I'm not taking responsibility for him. All I know is that I was just like him at the time. It was either me or Kinbei who killed the candidate, and it wouldn't have been anyone else. But it could have been me. And if things had gone on, it would have been me sooner or later. The aging Oni grabs a shogi piece from the table and smashes it to bits on the ground. Yes, I was angry at your father, but you've always been like a daughter to me. Do you know who I was thinking of when I made that Oni face on Hanya? Do you know why I gave you the shield before you left? It was for you that I made Hanya, so that you wouldn't repeat the mistakes of your father. That fallen noble house where I bought the materials and craftsmanship once had a splendid collection of legendary weapons. The stories say that they stole the secret arts of a temple, allowing them to craft weapons that were not only incredibly sharp, but also able to suppress the madness of the Oni. I didn't know if it was real, but the craftsmanship certainly was, and I made the shield intending for it to be my final work. But I felt hesitant at the ultimate step.
The handle.
The handle. According to the laws of the secret art, the part connected to the palm must be polished by the wielder personally. Personally, until it fits comfortably in the bare hand. It was like someone had poured cold water over me. The intention clearly was to make one learn self-discipline. What discipline would it take to polish a piece of metal until it fits comfortably in the hand? There would be no need for any secret art. So I never gave you the shield, which was why everyone who felt themselves up to it had designs on the clan's leadership. That's why there were so many internal clashes at the time, high-ranking members looking for an opportunity to take each other out, but it was the rank and file who suffered the most, and even the honest folk of Kajimachi became caught in the struggle. That's how the events of that night came to be. Hoshiguma is silent. Karma! Karma! Right or wrong, things have come too far. There is no way to turn back the clock. How has Lungmen been? If life hasn't been kind, take your weapon, and we'll have Kinbei's head. If that's the last thing we do. We're descendants of warriors, and we'll have a warrior's death. If life has been alright, then leave now, and never think about Kinbei or me again. What happened between your father and I is between the two of us. It's not your fault. Stop going against your heart for the greater good. It's not your place to do so.
Lungmen has been kind to me. For the first time tonight, Tessai sees Hoshiguma's gaze meet his.
I'm glad to hear that.
But I'll go with you.
Why?
If this is indeed karma, then I want to clean up the loose ends before I go back to Lungmen.
Very well. Give Hanya to me.
You've decided how to reforge it.
The reforged Hanya would already have been yours, if you hadn't been running around with that Momoka girl. What's this ribbon?
A gift from my friends in Lungmen. I've been using it.
Take this. It's a step forward that you've learned to make compromises. I wouldn't bet against you if you faced Chisha once again, wielding the reforged Hanya.
It's a good thing to reforge Hanya, but there's someone I need to rescue. Kinbei's got Moriuchi.
The information broker who sells Odin. The reforging of Hanya can't wait.
Kaidan were fabricated by Kinbei. The only people who know this are you, me, Momoka, a certain Kami, and Moriuchi. Kinbei would never let him walk. It's partly my fault that he's in danger. I need to help him, fast.
I've got something for you, if you need a weapon. The old man takes out a dusty box from a corner.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? It's a movie reference. Anyways. Take your old outfit and sword. Your old outfit and sword. I've kept them in a decent enough condition. The one that you wielded that night. Take it. Unless you mean to tell me you've not changed one bit these 20 years.
All right.
So she wore that outfit before, and that's pretty cool. I see you haven't lost any of your guts. I've been meaning to ask, what have you been doing in Lungmen? Your clothes are a little too plain for a triad, but it doesn't seem like you've been leading a quiet life either. What's going on?
Oh, I joined the Lungmen police.
Come again? His surprise! His shock to learn that she's a cop.
I work for the LGD, the Lungmen police.
You... No wonder the room stinks of cop. His surprise, his shock. That's great. I love it. Costume change, let's go! Exactly. Okay. So that was the before. Let's do the after now. One second here. Okay. Gotta love Hoshi's career path. Yakuza to crime triad to LGD. Oh my god, exactly. She's got such a wild path to get her to where she was. But you know what? Only Hoshiguma. Only Hoshiguma could get to that point. That is one of those things, though, that anybody could aspire to go from a life of crime to becoming a full-on cop. Anyways.
Are you really going to Kajimachi, Mifune-san?
This is between me, Tessai, and Hoshiguma. I have to put an end to it personally.
If things go according to your plan, Tessai will yield, even without Hanya.
Does the idea of Hoshiguma coming back upset you so?
I don't see the need for it.
True. You would have much more work to do if she came back. I'll tell you this plainly, since you'll someday take over for me. What do you think is the most important to living well in MITSUKUE?
Unity?
No. The most important thing is beauty. A fine appearance will turn the people's prejudices on their head. You and I, we all benefit from it. If I kept looking like a thug, they would have kicked me off camera the first time I was on TV. I never would have built Kinseki Channel into what it is today. It's important that we conduct our business with the proper look, with beauty. There is an Ursine author. His name escapes me. He says that if a gun appears in the first act of a story, then a Lateran must hold it by the third act, at the latest.
I believe there's a Colombian group by the name of Blacksteel that uses guns as well, Mifune-san.
Well, you know what I mean. MITSUKUE is too big, and it has grown too quickly. A lot of times it's hard for us to tell if we're doing the right thing. And so, we must make sure that everything we do has a proper beginning and end, and everyone is in the proper place, and the trigger of every gun is pulled by the end. This is the proper appearance. This is beauty.
If I get your meaning, you want to see everything through to the bitter end.
Think of it however you want. Feel free to put my words to the test once you become the 4th chairman of the Kinsekikai. Right now, though, you should prepare to deal with Hoshiguma.
She is a tough one.
But she is an Oni, and one who has already gone berserk once. Have you heard of an individual by the name of Chilon?
All I know is that he lived a very long time ago, and had something to do with the Oni in the temples.
Setting aside those old warrior stories, it's the legend that Tessai talked about the most. I don't know if they are true, and they're often contradictory. For example, Tessai has told at least 3 different versions of how Chilon died. But my favorite version is cruel and beautiful. Before he reached Nirvana and entered Kastnyana, I have no idea how to pronounce that. That's what we're going with, though. Chilon heard the cries of the last Oni when they were forced to become people of Ashihara. By then, however, Chilon no longer had the strength to leave Ashoka, nor wield a sword to save his people, or even keep his fiery blue wrath in check. The flames of rage took over Chilon's soul. He lost all reason, and in his mad rampage destroyed an entire army, even as he lay at the gates of death. But the kin, whom he was trying to protect, were also destroyed by his sword. It is unknown whether Chilon died of exhaustion, or took his own life, or whether he was so heartless that he attained nirvana, fully at peace with himself in spite of what he did.
I'm not sure why you're telling me the legend of Chilon right now.
An Oni is at its frailest when it realizes its own powerlessness. As to whether that follows next is depression or madness, our foe has already demonstrated the answer once. Now, get some rest. I have a guest to greet. And we learn the aesthetic is lore. Isn't that true, though? That's funny. He is obsessed with a beauty, a vision of beauty. And that's interesting. A weird, twisted definition of beauty, we will say. Mifune-san, I bid you good health. You're not hurt, are you? No, I haven't slept better in a long while. Yes, in your line of work, it's important to be of good humor, to smile, to be inquisitive. Call Hoshiguma. Tell her that I have something to discuss. See, Mifune-san, Hoshiguma helped me a lot, you know. Helped you discover the truth of the Wanyudo? Yes. But not only that, right? What was going through your mind when you stood in front of your yatai at a loss, thinking about all those years you wasted chasing the Kaidan, weren't you? Now you know it was all fabricated. You were fooled by me and these Kaidan stories I made up. Why? Why did you do it? None of your business. Just think of it as a stroke of bad luck. But life goes on after all. So if you're willing, there's something more concrete you can seize. Are you trying to bribe me? Bribe? No. Make the call, and you can keep your little information broker gig going. Refuse, and you know what the Kinsekikai does to our enemies. Mifune-san, would you like a reminder of how you lost your right eye? I haven't forgotten. I barged in on one of your negotiations while chasing a Kaidan. I took one eye because you saw what you shouldn't have seen. I let you keep the other because I valued your talent, and as a warning to you. Now it's time you showed some gratitude. Please, give me a few minutes to think. Whoa, wait a second, so he's missing an eye? I would have never told just by never realized that just by looking at him. But, interesting. Mifune slowly draws his blade. Moriuchi's gaze is fixed upon the blade's tip as it slowly moves to his own throat. He gulps, unsure whether to open his mouth or close it. What's that sound? The office door is kicked open before Moriuchi can even react. Oh, and she's here. Hoshiguma! Go! But you... He can't keep me, and I have questions for him. Moriuchi takes one long look at Hoshiguma and hastily leaves. You don't seem anxious that I took someone from right under your nose. Why should I be anxious when something that I thought would take so much effort suddenly sorted itself out on its own? Why did you forge that letter to bring me back? It's complicated. I just told the story to someone else, and I'm not in the mood to tell it again. But the old man must know the simplest reason, however slow he might be. Hanya. Hanya? You didn't even think of that. Some Yakuza. No wonder he made an enemy out of his own son. Him and his own beloved Aoni of Kinsekikai. Mio! I'm afraid your break's over. Stall her. All right. Think your boys can beat Uncle Tessai if you stall me? Keep dreaming. Why do you think victory is just a question of combat? What are you planning then? You'll see. Now, I'd better be going. Hold it right there! You'll be the one holding it, actually. Fire and humming. The scattered screens continue to stand, unmoving. They've escorted Mifune-san away. I will be your opponent. Your blade. Draw it. No need for the blade if it's you. Is that so? With the unpleasant sound of metal against metal, a black ethereal hand appears from behind Mio, leisurely wrapping itself around a white tanto. 3 hands, 3 blades. You're strong, but that doesn't mean you have what it takes to get away from me. Much less without drawing your blade. You think the sword's my only weapon? Before she finishes her sentence, Hoshiguma raises her right leg high and brings it down on the round table beside her with great force. The table flies into the air, blocking her opponent's view. With a powerful leap, Hoshiguma points her sheathed sword at her foe's head. 3 flashes greet her, cutting the table open like a hot knife through butter. The sheath encounters the black hand, delivering great force. Hiya! Impressive power. Why don't you draw your blade? None of your business. You're afraid. Afraid? Me? You're afraid that drawing your blade will cause something that you don't want to happen. Chilon's death. I see. What? But what you fear will happen, whether you draw your blade or not. It will be your inevitable end, assuming Mifune-san's predictions are accurate. I don't really get it. Despicable. Me? No, not you. Me. Okay. Run. Flee. Moriuchi does not know how long he has been running. He can feel his own innards shaking and trembling. He's running his ass off to get away. Did I shake them? You got out on your own. Who's there?
forget me so soon. Kami-sama, don't look at me like that. I'm not here to help you. I don't like the answer about that kaidan that I got at your yatai. I kind of hate it. I get that. I had planned on cutting ties with you and the kaidan entirely. Perhaps even leave MITSUKUE and take a trip to the north. But someone asked me to do something. The Kanushi? He asked you to find me. Not him. Who else could it be, then? You don't mean... It asked me to bring you a single message. Meet me on your usual rooftop. Could it be? I've delivered the message. It's time to go. The Kami turns around on its unicycle. No sooner has it got on than it sees Moriuchi is already a long way off. I'ma head out. Made good enough progress. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the story. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Glad you made progress on your video. Hopefully you get it done here soon, and you're happy with it. That's all that matters, right? Keep working hard. You got this. Is this how you repay him when he searched for you for so many years? You know what? It's none of my business. Moriuchi runs up the steps. He's running as hard as he can. A breeze blows in Moriuchi's face as he opens the door. Many a sunset has he watched lying on this rooftop, watching the sky turn from red to black, until the stars appear, before their light is overcome by the neon city. The hour is early and the sky should not look like dusk, but he pays little heed. Perhaps he considers it a sign of the coming of a kami. He could not describe his own emotions as he gazes at the sky. Excitement, anxiety, fulfillment, emptiness, sadness. But he lies there, waiting for a guest who may never come, until the warm breeze sends him into a slumber. Father, I think there's something behind the Kamidana. Behave yourself, Toru. This is a sacred shrine. But it's really there. Come, Toru. It's our turn to pray. Please, Kami-sama, keep our family safe, and may we repay our debts soon. Is that a lucky cat sculpture? There. The debt should be settled with some money left over, even. We're out of the woods. What are you doing here? Are you bored of the shrine? Kami-sama, arigato. Father's mood has gotten a lot better, and Mother has had time to take me out. Can I come and see you again? No, I'll definitely come and see you again. Our shop just opened. It's really pretty. Do you want to come and see it? I'm sorry, Kami-sama. I've been busy helping out at home and haven't had time to come see you. Please don't be angry and let me see you. Kami-sama, are you still there? Did you leave? Or do you not want to see me anymore? I'll treat it like you don't want to see me, but you're still listening to me, okay? Some things have happened at home. Father may have to go back to manual labor. Mother's been sewing clothes for other people. Her eyesight's declining, but I'm sure none of that has anything to do with you. You gave so many blessings to our family. Surely you wouldn't take it all back. Surely. Kami-sama. Father's dead. Over drinking. The blow was too great for him. Where are you? Please, Kami-sama. Where are you? This haunted house. It's empty. Something's not right. It's connected to the Nomadic City superstructure. How am I supposed to search this place? This is far more than just one house or Kajimachi. The whole plate might be connected. No, don't get discouraged, as long as I find that bastard. What's this? He stands dumbfounded, staring at dozens of crates that someone has stacked up here.
He blinks a few times and opens one of them. It's weapons. Katana, crossbows, grenade launchers. Is that a Haoshi emblem? Major Northern Court clan? Is this where they were hiding their weapons? He takes down a weapon-filled crate and opens the one underneath it, finding Northern Court's standard-issued provisions and medical supplies inside. He furiously takes the crates down one by one, opening all of them. All contain military supplies manufactured by the Northern Court. Every single one. The Northern Court weapons that Papa says aren't here, but they are... You've gone too far, boy. Who are you? Oyabun wanted you to look for traces of Northern Court spies. It's enough that you found them. You've made a lot of work opening these up one by one. Did you just take my picture? This is big, after all. Must keep some evidence to prevent disputes. Let's go. Where to? To see Mifune-san. Wait, you were stalking me? That's not important. What's important is that you're working for Mifune-san, and so am I. And take that mask off. Huh? You're meeting the Oyabun. It's a little disrespectful to have your mask on, isn't it? For some reason, Tetsuya feels a chill run up his spine, perhaps from the cold wind blowing in from the tunnels, but he has no choice but to comply. Well, you got yourself in a can of worms, Tetsuya. So, that's 5. Now we got story 2.
Tesai-san has been inside for quite a while. I'm starting to get worried. Don't worry about him. The old man at his forge is like you singing on stage, Hoshiguma punching someone, or me at a pachinko machine. Are you really good at pachinko?
Oh god, she's adorable. Trying to change the subject, Kichise takes a cookie from the plate in front of her and puts it in her mouth.
Uh-oh, I've almost eaten all the cookies. Why are all the cookies here in Ninomiya's classic System Milk flavor? Is it Tesai-san's favorite? Tetsuya used to like it. If Tetsuya realized what kind of man Kinbei was, he would have realized it a long time ago if he could. To be fair, Tetsuya following Kinbei around is really just the effect. The root cause goes back to old man Tesai.
Ooh, excuse me. If only Tesai had half your wisdom, Kichise-san.
Kinbei! Go inside, Momoka. I'll hold him off.
Let's not rush to a fight, kiddo. My, how honored I am to be welcomed by the Oyabun himself. Where's Hoshiguma? She's enjoying the hospitality of my people and is unable to help you.
Despicable scum!
Blame yourself. I was trying to bait her with Moriuchi, but she bit the hook before I even had time to set the bait. But I don't like to kill unless I have to. These are more civilized times. I'm here to extend a sincere invitation to Chairman Tesai to attend my accession ceremony.
Your what?
You heard me. If Chairman Tesai will not hand over Kajimachi whatsoever, then I must take the small liberty of taking over the leadership of the Kinsekikai. After all, the position is already little more than a figurehead. If you are too embarrassed to attend, you can simply hand over Hanya, and the ceremony can take place without you. Hanya is not the symbol of succession. Never was. It is if everyone believes it is. You favored Hoshiguma too much. You never even realized it, did you? Or did you choose to give Hanya to Hoshiguma before she went to Lungmen for the sole purpose of snubbing me? What does she have that I didn't, that you would detest me so? You think too highly of yourself. Yes, that's what I wanted to hear. It's not that I think too highly of myself, old man. You look down on everyone except for your beloved Hoshiguma. Standing alone at the door, Mifune laughs. Momoka and Kichise slowly move back behind Tesai. Perhaps your son would not have turned against you if I told you this sooner. Why bring up Tetsuya? Did you think I opposed you in order to pass leadership onto that kid? He's not made for it. I know. He's another one you look down on. Enough talk. I may not be able to beat you, but it's not so hard to stall you until Hoshiguma gets back. This is my house, after all. Also, it'll be a good chance to try out the reforged Hanya. Tamashigiri. Wonderful. I have something to show you before that, though. Mifune reaches into his clothes, Tessai keeps a careful eye on his movements, but all Mifune does is take out a few photos, casually tossing them to the floor. Tessai then catches a glimpse of one of the photos, which falls face up in front of him. Tetsuya. Such a good boy. He did everything I asked of him to the limits of his ability, whether he could ultimately handle it or not. For example, he really did find the Northern Court spy. Himself. Why, you! I was surprised when I first saw the photos, but then it started to make sense. Tetsuya's mother may have missed her family in the north, but she steadfastly refused any approach to become a spy. Yet the mark of Haoshi was on all of the weapons that we, the Kinsekikai, procured in secret. My fault, I suppose. The Kinsekikai's TV station wasn't as powerful as it is now, and those who wanted a piece of the Kinsekikai would have set upon the news like hungry beasts. Eventually, I helped you find a place for the weapons, but you had to take care of the aftermath. You were forced to place the blame on Tetsuya's mother, as you once placed it on Hoshiguma. To you, the Kinsekikai is the king on the shogi board. You will preserve it at all costs, never hesitating to cut other pieces loose, be it a queen like Hoshiguma or promoted rooks like me that you look down on. I'm curious myself. What does Tetsuya mean to you? Is he a rook, a bishop, or is he so incompetent that you see him as a pawn you wouldn't mind losing? If that was really so, we would have to have a fight right here and now. But he isn't, is he? He is incompetent, but he's not a shogi piece. He's your precious son, not to be placed on the board. Shut up! Clearly on edge, the old man seems ready to charge at Mifune, with shield raised at any moment. But Mifune can see Hanya trembling in his hands. His mother's name will never be cleared. If the same fate befalls your only remaining child, I said shut up! You're hesitating. You're contemplating whether there's a chance the reforged Hanya will allow you to neutralize me in one blow and bargain my life for Tetsuya's. Chance. What an obnoxious word. Are you scared? Unfortunately for you, there's more than one person who carries out my will. I'm not claiming strength in numbers, but the moment you swing Hanya at me, a button will be pressed and these photos will show up on Kinseki channel. And you'll be free once and for all when Tetsuya realizes that he was right and his father never cared about him, just as his father never cared about his mother. What do you say, old man? He's trying to put him in a position to make things really bad on him. Poor Tessai. He's trying to put him in check in terms of chess, but what do you say, old man? Ah, that's what Tetsuya looks like without the mask off. Or without the mask on. Interesting. What? No, it's not true. It can't be. Tell me this isn't real. Tetsuya frantically shakes the shoulders of the ninja who brought him here, but he cannot even tell if the ninja is looking at him. After so many years, you have finally delivered Hanya into the hands of its true master. Unfortunately, I still have to complete certain tasks entrusted to me. Where's the deed to Kajimachi? No rush. The one who gave me the task wanted it done cleanly. For now, you could simply follow me. Those two. The girls. I'm certainly willing to do you a favor since you've been cooperative so far. Come quietly and I'll spare their lives. You could go to hell, Kinbei. You could go to hell, Kinbei. I'll cut your tail off and make a belt out of it. Kichise. His father's angry voice comes through the TV speaker somewhat distorted, giving the scene a sense of surrealness. Papa! Papa! Where are you taking him? Let him go! You want to get me? Come for me! Why him? Why? Mio-san, where's the Aoni? Mifune-san's orders were to let her go when the time is right and allow her to return to Kajimachi. What of the boy? When do we let him go, or are there other plans? I don't know. The orders from upstairs were to keep him in the room, and don't let him break anything in it. I wasn't told anything else. I see. Mio-san, see, I'm not sure how long I'll have to watch him, and I was up all night last night. I'm very tired, to tell the truth. You can go. Arigato. What's on the TV? Let me go. I asked a question. Let me go! Mifune-san's orders are that you are not to leave this room. My father's gone with your people! He's yielded! What else do you want? I'm simply following orders. The young Oni draws his bokuto, but the ethereal hand emerging from behind the Liberi easily brings him to the ground. Don't waste your energy. Won't you say something, Chairman Tessai? Have you decided to stay silent for now? Suit yourself as long as you speak when I tell you to. The camera follows Tessai. Tetsuya sees his father leave the manor and enter a car stopped in front of his gate. After a short while, the door of the car opens. Through an unremarkable door is a splendorous meeting hall. What's this place? Auction hall. Auctioning what? Kajimachi? You don't mean my father's... No. Boy, this aesthetic has popped up quite a few times in the story. I like it. The next item for auction is not listed in the catalog. It was added at the last minute. I present the very first ever TV set manufactured by the Kinseki Group. Starting at 7 million! A TV set that looks so unremarkable, yet starting at the remarkable price of 2,000 Ryo. There must be something extraordinary about it. 7,500,000. Kohei Mifune-san, are you serious? Of course. I doubt I'm the only one who recognizes its value. Are you sure? Regardless, we have a bid for 7,500,000 from Kohei Mifune-san. 7,500,000 going once, 7,500,000 going twice. 10 million. In the middle of the screen, the aging Oni slowly raises the paddle in his hand. His old feeble voice comes through the TV speakers. That's Chairman Tessai of the Kinseki Kai. What did Mifune say? 15 million? He's still raising the bid? What is he trying to do? Kill my father by putting him into debt? The Liberi says nothing, but the young man sees a hint of pity in her eyes that goes a little further than what the number 15 million should elicit. 200 million? You are bidding 200 million, Tessai-san? 200 million? 200 million going once, 200 million going twice. Last chance at 200 million. Sold. Tetsuya watches as Tessai rises from his seat and walks past 2 rows of well-dressed buyers towards the TV set that should have belonged to him to begin with. Tessai-san, there is still paperwork to be done. Tessai ignores the auctioneer and gently lifts the TV set, the way he did when he marketed it to potential buyers, one at a time, many years ago. Tetsuya raises his bokuto again. He charges at Mio in desperation, but is once again thrown easily to the floor. Again and again, the TV set continues to mercilessly send distorted sounds into the room. The sound of camera shutters, of people giving a show of applauding, of footsteps, of the rustling of pen on paper, of car doors shutting, of car engines rumbling. The now unfamiliar sound of the door to his father's manor. Tetsuya has lost count of how many times he has gotten back up after being thrown to the ground by Mio. He charges futilely again when he hears the voices behind him. One like a ghost, the other like a man eating aki. Voices that hardly even seem human anymore. Now, give me the deed. Sign here, stamp your handprint, and all will be done. You still can't do it, can you? But you understand that none of it is over until you've put your palm to the page. And what happens when I do? The deed to Kajimachi will become the collateral on a loan in the amount of 200 million. The TV set is yours once you give the payment to the auction house. It's Tetsuya that I'm talking about. Him, same as always. Those photos of him will be sealed away forever. He'll never be able to pay back the debt. We can keep this secret together and he'll be none the wiser. 2 people in the room with the TV both freeze. Even the Liberi, who should have seen plenty of such things, takes an involuntary step backward. You liar! He's a liar! Mifune is a liar! Don't do it! No! I know. It's not easy choosing between abandoning your son and a crushing debt. Money. I don't care about money. Money, business, titles, land. None of that matters anymore. But only this. Bowing my head to rotten scum like you. And yet bow you will. Bow you will for the Tetsuya you failed to save from the rampaging Aki, and for the other Tetsuya you almost made a traitor out of. Promise me, you won't kill Tetsuya or Hoshiguma, or those 2 girls. I won't. He tricked me.
He tricked me! Don't let him trick you! You're the Oyabun of the Kinsekikai! You're Tessai, the Kingpin! You're my father! Papa! Papa! This isn't supposed to happen! This isn't who you are! You're the villain who can't turn MITSUKUE's Yakuza upside down with a wave of your hand! You're the steel-hearted murderer who killed my mother! This isn't who you are! Papa! As the old man places his hand on the ink pad, then leaves his red handprint on the paper, it seems like all life has been sucked out of him. Good. Very good. By the way, your son just saw everything that happened from beginning to end. I'm sure he'll be grateful to you. No need to thank me. You... How dare you! Your son thought he was the same as me. He thought you always looked down on him as you looked down on me, thinking of him as a worthless substitute. I hope he learned his lesson and stops thinking of himself as the most pitiable man under heaven. How lucky he is to have someone willing to trample the last vestige of his own dignity for him. A wave of the fan, and the hand-printed sheet is cut in half. But Mifune continues to sneer. The image on the TV starts shaking. Something seems to have moved the camera. Interesting. What moved it? Here's the camera. You deceived me! You let Tetsuya know all about this. You never meant to spare him. Why? Why would you deceive Hoshiguma? Deceive me? Deceive Tetsuya? Deceive is such a strong word. Hoshiguma learned that her choice was only ever wishful thinking. Tetsuya learned that you did love him after all. And you understand now, don't you? MITSUKUE no longer needs you or your hypocrisy of the Kinsekikai. Everything you've done was to fool yourself. A loud noise comes through the speakers as the camera is smashed. The screen goes dark, but the speakers continue to mercilessly communicate the sound. The sound of Tessai's fan clashing with Mifune's sword. The sound of labored footsteps. The sound of blade impaling flesh. Papa? The sound of blood dripping. Papa! The sound of a body hitting the floor. Papa! Die on the battlefield or die fighting the cops. Die to my vengeful blade. Don't die like this. Don't die for me like this. Humiliated, trampled beneath another man's feet. You don't deserve to be my father, but I don't deserve to have you die for me like this. Why would you do this for me? Why would you do this for a fool? Papa! Mifune-san. Yes, I took over from the ninja. His reaction? I'm sure you can imagine. You have no further use for him. Yes, what other orders do you have? Yes, I will go to the place where Momoka is being held. But was there not someone else? A woman by the name of Kichise? Mio, is it? Mifune told you to kill me, didn't he? He wants to wrap things up cleanly. He doesn't want any loose ends, does he? Then do it. Kill me here and now. Otherwise, I'll kill you with my tooth and nail. Whatever it takes to get out of here. Go. Go? Go before I change my mind. Never come back. As the sun set, Tessai does not know. He has lost track of time. He remembers falling to Mifune's blade, but he remembers Mifune grabbing his hand and leaving a bloody handprint on a new contract. Then, the footsteps grow distant, and his vision grows gray and blurry. Ugh. He wants to be free of all this. Uncle Tessai! The old man stands back up feebly as he hears the familiar voice, perhaps out of guilt, perhaps out of lingering sentiment, perhaps because he does not want Hoshiguma to see the true extent of his weakness. Oh boy. Hoshiguma. Who did this? Kinbei? Hoshiguma. I couldn't protect Kajimachi or Hanya. Where's Momoka? Kichise?
Kinbei was right about one thing. Sitting in my chair, I started thinking of everything as shogi pieces. Moving them, trading them, sacrificing them. But I forgot. I'm no more than a shogi piece myself in the eyes of others. Run. You're no match for Kinbei. Leave this forsaken place. Go back. Go back to Lungman.
No, I won't. Sit down, Uncle Tessai. I'll find a doctor.
Don't bother. Can't you see? I'm beyond help.
Uncle Tessai. I'm here, Uncle Tessai. I'm not going anywhere. Sit down. We'll sit together for a little bit, just like old times.
Don't need to find a doctor. Hopefully Tetsuya comes, because if he was really studying medicine, now's his chance to do something.
Hoshiguma helps the dying old man sit down. She casts her gaze toward the tall walls in the distance. There are lights flashing outside, and the sound of tracks rolling over the ground. She does not care what it means. Kajimachi is dead, and she cares not what will become of it later. All she knows is that she must stay with the dying man. The old man's breathing grows weaker and weaker, but he begins to feel the rumbling of tracks too. He looks up in terror, but his eyes can no longer see. The ground trembles beneath him.
Is that a sound I can't hear? What is it, Hoshiguma? What is it?
It's... Hoshiguma stops in mid-sentence, choking back tears. After a while, she growls from the back of her throat. It's the signal to begin the fireworks show.
The fireworks have begun.
Yes, they're getting ready. You hear the commotion, don't you?
Yes. Kajimachi hasn't been so lively in a long time.
A smile appears on the old man's face. An engineering vehicle rams through the manor's walls, causing the beams to shake violently. Not too far away, the pachinko parlor's machines are crushed to pieces, sending tiny balls flying everywhere. Do you hear the fireworks?
Yes.
The sound of fireworks going off, taiko drums rumbling, the noise of the crowd. He feels the trembling of the ground again, its joyful dance. He hears the faint sound of car horns, from vehicles caught in the traffic jam outside. He senses his own heartbeat growing slower by the second.
No, I can't.
In his final moments, his heart races once more, and hot blood flows swift through his veins as the dying man gazes at the sunset, thinking that it is the rising sun. The wrinkled hands fall weakly. Nothing more perfect than a rainfall after something like that. Found the body that the witness reported, and the suspect, matching the description of Hoshiguma. Trying to pin it on her, of course. This is part of Kinbei's plan, too. Shut up and come with us. Calling the police, letting you see me with Uncle Tessai as he draws his last breath, so that I'll once again be suspected of murder. Was this part of Kinbei's plan, too? Did his people call you? I see. Hoshiguma takes a leap and sees a familiar foe before the policeman says anything. Yakuza. Ninja. You're in league with each other? The policeman looks down at his own feet as Hoshiguma swings her unsheathed sword, trying to cut a path through the faint but inevitable dusk. Damn. Trying to pin it on her again. Alright, so that's story 2. We've got 6, 7, 8 and story 3 yet, so let's try and blast through them pretty quickly here. Don't just stand there. These scoundrels aren't half as well behaved as the suspect. I'm tired. Do you think I'm not? I mean, I really am tired. We and a whole bunch of scum couldn't catch one bloody woman. Kso! She wouldn't touch a hair on our heads. The real scum are the ones being knocked out with their sheath. All of them have a rap sheet 10,000 rei long. And we're working with these scum against her, while she knocks them out one by one. Kso! Kurito keeps saying it'll get better, but I've been on the job for almost 10 years, and I don't see things improving one bit. Out of the way, cop! Shogo! How dare you attack a police?
I told you to get out of the way!
Why, you? They stare into each other's eyes. Excuse me, officer. May I pass? Or I could commit assault on an officer of the law, or murder. I'm not picky at the moment. The officer sighs and stands aside, putting his empty hands where Hoshiguma can see them. Thanks for Shogo. Ding dong ding. Lingone's department store. Everything you want, you'll find it here. Lingone's department store. Come in, have a pint. We have just the right lager for an oni like you. Or if you prefer the more traditional stuff, we have a fine collection of imo shochu for you to pick from. Take this, Ojo-san. Out of the way. What's the hurry? Are you looking for the most precious thing on Terra? The stepping stone to happiness. Wait, you're the Ao-Oni of Kinsekikai. May I ask where Momoko-san is? Are you a fan, or are you after Mifune's bounty? Neither. I just want to ask a favor. Can I ask you to disappear me like Momoko-san? Maybe that'll make me go viral like her. It's the Ao-Oni! Can I get a pic? Out of the way! Wait, Ao-Oni-san! Ao-Oni-san, we're just a drinking establishment. One Moeshima Black to go. Moeshima Black production line shut down a few years ago. May I interest you in the newest offering from the same maker? It's their premium line, which I'm sure you'll be happy with. Fine, whatever. While the clerk gets the liquor, Hoshiguma stands with her back against the storefront, gazing coldly at the crowd that has begun to gather. A city is a big place, whether it's called Lungmen or MITSUKUE. The death of one man does not move the heart of the whole city, much less the death of a Yakuza figurehead. One man has died, many still live. But the people who still live, this city that they live in has nothing to do with her anymore. Are you going to do more streams eventually? Yeah, I plan on it. I am going to be shooting for another stream tonight. Since we didn't get our family Fortnite stream on Friday, we're going to try and do that tonight. It'll be a little earlier than we typically do because the kids have school tomorrow, obviously, and I have work. Wifey works tomorrow, too. So that's a thing, if possible. And then I'm going to be doing another Arknights auto stream tomorrow for EX and S stages. After that, I don't have a clear path or schedule for what I want to do, but I'm going to be trying to do more streams here. It just been tough lately, to say the least. Kind of stressful with a few things going on, but I'm starting to clear out my schedule a bit, and we'll just see, because things are getting easier, things are getting lighter, but all in due time. I'll try to plan things out a little bit better. But then again, I say that all the time, and then I always fail at it, so I'm awful, but I'm trying, guys, I'm trying. No one is following. This is a good place. Hoshiguma opens the bottle, and the smell of alcohol gushes out. Just smelling it is enough to make her lightheaded. This one's for you, Uncle Tessai. Ugh, how could this stuff taste so thin, but it's so expensive and the alcohol content's so high? This is the second time I've drank to someone. First was to my father at my old home. Kaidan chasers must be thrilled about the Ao-Oni drinking with a dead man. Kaidan. Huh. The story of me and Higashi ended when I chose to step up for what was right, but I really didn't know what it was. It was stupid, even though I survived. Chen, too, faced the same choice and she survived as well, but I still think it's stupid. You should have met Chen Huiche, Uncle Tessai. She's a true Kyo, although they pronounce it a different way in Yan. But it refers to the same thing. Someone who's willing to stand in the way of an army, 1,000 strong, armed with nothing more than a sword. This one's to her. But I'm not like her. She's brave, unlike me. Huh. Awkward, isn't it? But I'm scared. I can't deny it. I'm not worried about my own life, but what about other people? Those I'm trying to protect? What about my home? Honestly, I should just set out for Lungmen right now and never look back. It's a big deal. An LGD officer suspected of murder in Higashi? That'd make a headache for everybody. From Missy to Mr. Lin to Madame Fumizuki to Mr. Wei. They won't abandon me. I know what kind of people they are, and they know me well. But I caused this. Will my new home suffer for the trouble that I caused? How could I keep calling it home in that case? Or could I draw my sword and become a real Oni, a killer? Kill Kinbei. Kill any of his men who dare to draw on me. Kill any police who stand in my way. Turn into a nightmare that roams the streets of MITSUKUE. Become a true monster. Become the Kaidan after all. Take vengeance. Go with the tide. Embrace the times. Become the maddest of the revelers. And become exactly what exactly what everyone in MITSUKUE wants me to be. There's no way out. Every path leads to a dead end. Is the bottle empty already? You certainly can hold your drink, Hoshiguma-san. Who's there? Where are your men? I came alone. Where's Uncle Tessai's body? In police possession. Cause of death was a sword wound, but it was not your sword that did the deed. And why are your men after me? Orders from above. Are you here to arrest me too? No, I'm here to drink with you. Without waiting for an answer, the policeman sits down on the ground and takes out a small glass from his pocket. Damn, this stuff is strong. You want to try to convince me to come quietly so you can carry out those orders from above? Then get you out of MITSUKUE and back to Lungmen. Against the orders of your superiors? Why do you think I had you taken into custody the moment you entered MITSUKUE? I would have done the same if a gang leader who had committed a major crime in Lungmen 20 years ago came back. Is that all? What else could it be? The policeman looks straight into Hoshiguma's eyes. When he realizes that Hoshiguma is not joking or hiding anything, he suddenly punches her in the face. I can't believe you forgot. The diet candidate killed by the Kinsekikai was named Koreto. That was from my uncle. Kono Bakayaro. His murder would not have gone ignored all these years if you didn't stupidly claim responsibility for your stupid Yakuza honor. Sorry. Dude just punches a woman, man. Like, come on. What are you, like, where are your morals, dickhead? Like, come on. You can't do that. I don't care what the deal is, what the reason. Maybe I'm too, like, old school in that regard, but I don't believe in hitting a woman for any reason, any way, shape, or form. Like, I don't care if you're just doing it, like, whatever, lightly, whatever. But come on. Even if she can take it like Hoshiguma can, like, come on. It's just wrong. I feel cringy just reading that line for whatever reason. But anyways, you're doing the best you can with what you got. I mean, I am, but at the same time, I wish I could do more. And I'm kind of struggling with that thought process because over the last week or so, I had been planning to do some things in particular, and I wanted to do more Enfield streams, but I'm kind of waiting because I'm working on a project, a collaboration with a channel partner, but unfortunately, I'm having some trouble with it, so that's preventing me from going further with Enfield. Otherwise, I'd have been streaming some more Enfield recently, so I'm a bit behind the bar with that now, which kind of sucks, but I haven't even played it offline because of that, because of what I'm working on that kind of has me stuck between both of my accounts. So hopefully I can get that fixed up and get up and running with that so that I can get that video made and done. And then I'll be able to stream some more Enfield too, which adds to my stuff. But I've got a lot of other things that I want to get into here. But it's just going to be one step at a time. So as best as I can. It's a little too late for that. There's nothing I can do about Mifune now. He's in cahoots with one of the most powerful Diet member. How else could a Yakuza have gained so much influence over the police? The best I can do, the best the police can do is to let you go, so he won't get what he wants. And Uncle Tessai's death will be nothing more than a footnote in the Ao-Oni Kaidan legend, in the haunted house, and nothing will ever get resolved, same as it was back then. Am I right, Detective Koreto, the Spiritual Affairs Station? You say you don't want him to get what he wants, but all you're doing is helping him. You think Mifune is behind the Kaidan? You don't sound surprised. Cop is a cop, even if he's from the Spiritual Affairs Station. I could smell where the rot is coming from, even with this chained collar around my neck. So you've made peace with the chains. All you need to worry about is filling your own stomach with fried meat chop with rice. Not all of us are the same. Do you know how much it costs to get a house that can barely squeeze a family of 4 in MITSUKUE? I'm not sure I want to know. If you're willing to pay off my loans and take my wife and kids to Lungmen, sure, I'll turn your old home upside down. Or if you're absolutely certain that it'll be a fatal blow to Mifune, I could potentially see myself jumping on this gamble of yours. Now it's your turn to answer. Do you plan on paying off these loans that I'm not even sure I could free myself of before I die? Or is there a greater power than the diet, enough to take Mifune out once and for all? I'm doing my best to help you. Recognize good faith when you see it, Aoni. The policeman angrily downs the last bit of liquor left in the cup. Come with me. No. Give me a reason. I want my sacrifice to mean something, but everything in MITSUKUE is denying it. What else is left for me in this empty city? It's time to go. It's time to go home. I hope Missy had a better summer in Siesta than I did here. Guma! Who's there? Who's what? What are you talking about? Hoshiguma! Ghost son! Momika? Do you hear Momika's voice, Korito? Momika? The idol? Isn't she supposed to be with you? I was going to ask where you hid. I'm over here! This way. How does it feel to play a game with vocal dialogue instead of reading dialogue? That's actually fun. You know, of course, with Enfield, and I mean, the couple of other games I've played before that have stuff, you know, obviously that weren't like Arknights related or gacha type games, like, you know, Resident Evil and whatnot. It's nice to be able to sit back and not do that as much. To absorb the story a little more, but, you know, I still like doing this stuff. It doesn't bother me, but having that little bit of a break to break things up, especially when there's so much heavy reading here, it is a lot of fun. And the voice acting so far in Enfield is really good. I'm enjoying all the characters that I've heard the voices of. The different accents and things are great. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Hoshiguma runs in the direction of the voice. Korito sighs and follows her. There's no one here, but the voice is getting closer. Over here, this way! Momika! What? What are you doing in a TV? Neither Hoshiguma nor Korito say it out loud. A shabby TV set lies outside a tiny shop. It is hard to tell what the shop does, or if it is even open at all. Inside, Momika is yelling something at Hoshiguma. She's not looking at Hoshiguma, but knocking on something in front of her, as though she's trying to break the TV screen and climb out. She's on the other side of a camera. You're there, right, Hoshiguma? I'm here. Can't you see me? I can't see you, but I can hear you. Oh, I'm so relieved. I thought it was all over. Hold the tears. Where are you? What's going on with this TV? Kijise and I are being held prisoner at Kinbei's base. It's a trap. Zzz. Momika! TV goes dark. A cold wind blows through the gaps between the buildings and Hoshiguma's sword hums in its sheath. Korito. I was agitated by Uncle Tessai's death and forgot a few things. My bad. But what about you? Did you really think I'd hidden Momika? Kijise too? I guess she's not important to you. Nothing more than an inveterate pachinko gambler. Hoshiguma. It's 1 or 2 innocent lives to you as long as you get through this troublemaker. As long as you get this troublemaker out of town. After all, they're already knee-deep in this Kinbei mess. Why bother? We'll do our best to protect them. The people who died in the haunted house, Uncle Tessai, that Yakuza killed in Kajimachi a few days ago. Since when have you been any good at protecting anybody? It is Hoshiguma's turn to punch the detective in the face. The detective stumbles back a few steps before steadying himself. I don't need you to remind me of my failures. But you're not a troublemaker to me. You're my trump card. The only thing that can hurt Mifune. The only thing standing between him and total control of MITSUKUE. And the way you play it is to get me out of the city? It's the best a cop can do. A cop, eh? You're a cop too. You know the limitations. Go back to Lungmen, Hoshiguma. Your particular individual in the LGD will take care of things for you. Hoshiguma instinctively reaches into her pocket where her LGD badge is.
the first thing she feels is something soft, the ribbon that Tessai gave her after removing it from Hanya, a gift from her friends, bearing their best wishes. For some reason, she feels like she could smell the sea breeze of Siesta, the haystacks of the Victorian plains, the aroma of Lungman's downtown restaurants, and the scent of Kajimachi's old wooden houses. You're right. Good, you've seen the light. Now hurry up and... I mean, you're right that the LGD would take care of things for me. Maybe I've been too cautious, too concerned about bothering my friends. What do you mean? Hoshiguma does not answer. She takes the sword and sheath from her belt and begins wrapping the ribbon around the handle. You're going to use the sword? For what? I have a promise to fulfill. You're going to rescue them. Don't be silly. Missy would probably be angry enough to burst a few blood vessels if I just went back to Lungman with my tail between my legs, assuming I had a tail. And I'd never be able to look at Lin Yuxia in the eye again. As for Chen, I still have to fight Chixiao with the reforged Hanya. I can't very well go back empty-handed. Aren't you afraid that you'll regret it for the rest of your life? Like 20 years ago. Uncle Tessai said that Hanya was imbued with the secret art of the temples, but I didn't have the discipline to suppress the madness in my Oni blood. Discipline. Madness. Don't you think it's all that's just a little vague? Man, I can't talk. I don't know what would have happened 20 years ago if the secret art was there, and I don't care. I don't need it now. As long as this ribbon touches my hand, Hoshiguma will never fall to bloodlust. As for regrets, the only thing I regret is that I tried to shoulder everything myself, but I was obsessed my sacrifice meaning something. Obsessed with my sacrifice meaning something. They missed a word there. Why do you think you have to do this? Is it because you're a cop or because you're Yakuza? Cop? Yakuza? None of that matters. I promised Momika, that's all. Oh, and since I'm going to rescue them, it's more likely than not I'll run into Mifune at some point. And I'll go find him if I don't. There's something I have to ask him. Hoshiguma sees a light begin to appear from within the policeman's sunken world-weary eyes. You'll fight him. I'm not looking for a fight, but I'm not sure there's a way out of it. Put a gash or two in him for me. You don't even have to ask. Hands are rated E for everyone. Is that enough, though? Like I said, I'm a cop. I'm going back to the station. I'll do my best to fend off pressure from upstairs, as long as there are no corpses. Words cannot express my gratitude. I hope I live up to it. Interesting. Okay, so now we need the after. Try to get through these quick because I'm starting to run close to my deadline. I may have to finish the story up in the EX and S stage part, but... Hoshiguma! Hoshiguma, can you hear me? Can you hear... Quit yapping. Hoshi... You know what? Yap all you want. We'll give that Aho a warm welcome. What does Kinbei want with me? Kinbei? Who's that? I mean, Mifune. How am I supposed to know? You're an idol, so maybe the Oyabun has some use for you. Or maybe he just plans to do you in. Should have buttered him up more with that pretty face of yours. I don't know what you're thinking. Akayaro, who the heck's texting me? Everyone knows I got assigned last-minute guard duty. What? Some other unlucky sod's taking over the shift. Yahoo! He's gone. What happened? Why did I feel like I was hearing voices, even talking to Hoshiguma? Am I going crazy? Behind you. Eek! Who is this? So you weren't acting in those shows. I didn't believe it when Kichisei told me. I remember seeing her silhouette earlier, you know, in the earlier part of the story before today. But interesting design. She is wicked looking. When's she gonna be a playable operator? You know, Kichisei, is she all right? Locked up, like you, but probably safe for now. Who are you? You can call me Sarasa. I'm a fan of yours, and I guess you could say I'm Mifune's employee, but my true identity is an undercover cyber ninja. Cyber ninja? What's that different from a regular ninja? Look, ninja are nothing more than hired killers, but the cyber kind, we're wonders of the intercity net. But I thought cyber ninja were pretty much the same, hired by corporations to attack each other, just specializing in intercity net operations. Fine, I'm a cyber ronin ninja. But I don't know where you came from or why you're helping me.
That video that you saw at home? The one where Mifune and Mio plot to infect you with Oripathy? I was the one who leaked it to warn you. Do you trust me now? You were the one who gave me that fright in the middle of the night? Well, it was the first time I worked on a MITSUKUE. I mean, the Kinseki channel signal system. It was a mistake. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. Alright. Well, I guess I do owe you my life. Honestly, I only applied to Kinseki channel because I heard it was the biggest TV station in MITSUKUE, and I needed a job. But the longer I worked, the more things began to stink. But at least they had you as their poster girl. They wouldn't even keep their hands off of you. Especially that Mifune. I would have just kept my head down and did the work I was paid for if he wasn't so yabai. But I'd rather jump into the sea than work another day for that piece of shit. Nice! I located Hoshiguma using Mifune's monitoring network, so I patched you in briefly. You could do that? I remember how the technical director spent a long time fumbling with a preset connection the last time I was live on air. That just means he sucks at his job. Now listen to me. I'll patch you in with Hoshiguma again and have her wait outside. We'll take Kichise. Listen to me. And I'll make sure those stupid Yakuza never even catch a glimpse of your shadow. No, I can't go. Are you crazy? Do you want Mifune to cut you up into burden beast feed? Where can I go if I leave? Southern Court's a big place. Plenty of places you can go. Lay low for the rest of my life, always looking over my shoulder? No way. I didn't give myself the name Momoko Hanyu, but if you tell me I have to give it up now, how's that any different from being dead? Are you serious? Aren't you afraid to die? Do you have a death wish or something? I don't know. All I know is that it's the only path I have left. Fine, you know what? That sounded really cool. Like a line straight out of a movie. You're a star for a reason. How do you plan on continuing to be a star then? What if Kinbei won't let you? Whoever stands in my way, they're gonna find out that even I can bite when backed into a corner. Didn't Kinbei make up all those Kaidan stories? I'll tell all MITSUKUE that they've been lied to. Interesting. Can you connect me to every TV set in MITSUKUE? I'm going to expose Kinbei to the entire city. How long do you think it's gonna take? Hacking all those TVs one at a time. But they're doing that accession ceremony and the broadcasting it to the whole city. All we need to do is take a ride on it. You still have that broken sword? It'll come in useful. The first thing the Kinbei's people did when they captured us was take it away from me. But I'll say it, with or without the evidence. Good. I'll get that Kichise girl and Aoni on the other side of the TV. And then we can talk about how we'll teach Mifune-san a lesson. I like her design. She's pretty neat looking. Where are you? Where are you? Did I doze off? Wait, did the Kami-sama... I'm not in that much of a hurry. It's you! Moriuchi sits straight with the start. He wants to turn around, but dares not, afraid that he will learn that it is all a dream and there is nothing there at all. The Kami seems satisfied with his reaction. Kami-sama, it's been a long time. You're finally willing to show yourself to me. I'm very grateful that you pulled my family out of poverty. Did you spend all these years looking for me just to say thank you? I wanted to thank you, of course, but there was also something I wanted to ask. Why did you leave us? Why was it that we lost our happy life, little by little, until it was all gone? Did we offend you? Or was it fate that not even you could avert, and that was why you chose to avoid us? What does any of that have to do with me? I understand, of course, it couldn't be. What I mean is, did you spend all these years looking for me just to learn the reason? Were you not looking for me because you wanted to seize happiness again? I've said this many times, but I guess you were too young to remember, so I'll be patient and tell you once more. I never give anyone anything. Think of it this way. There's something I like, and I appear in front of people when I see it. Something. Do you mean happiness? Yes. I didn't avoid you because I was angry at you or ashamed to see you. I simply chose not to see you because happiness had left you. But now I have a reason to see you again. Choose the right path and you shall know happiness beyond your wildest dreams. The Kami's voice is exactly as he remembers, but for some reason it makes the hair on the back of his neck stand up. Is it because he has lost the innocence of childhood?
Is it because he has heard too many lies in this time? Yes, he has heard too many lies, and he has learned to treat all beautiful promises as deception. But this is different. Please, tell me. You stand in the eye of the storm, the Oni, Hoshiguma, the snake, Kinbei. Add to that a poor goldfin and a wolf who believes its own nose. You. All your fates are intertwined. Oh, there was also an unfortunate old man, but he's dead now. Tessai's son. With his death, you finally have the chance to seize the happiness that you have longed for. His death? My happiness? What do you mean? Why is Tessai dead? Who killed him? Is it so hard to guess? What you really should ask yourself, though, is if it matters. You stand where countless people could only dream of standing, Moriuchi. This is a business opportunity, a big one. Choose right and everything will be yours. You want me to stand on Kinbei's side. Kinbei is a liar. He wouldn't let me live. That's why it's a big business opportunity. Kinbei is a liar. Certainly, but he needs you. More specifically, Kinsekikai needs you. Separation of the Kinsekikai and the Kinseki group has entered the final phase. Only a catastrophic event could stop it. Everything seems to be going according to Kinbei's plan, but he's about to find that he isn't as powerful as he thought. You survived for so long between the overworld and underworld of Kajimachi and Nita Street. As a man, you're not that far off from Kinbei. Moriuchi is stunned. In his mind, he fantasized about his reunion with the kami countless times, but never in another 1,000 years could he have imagined that it would so calmly tell him something so terrifying. You want me to take Kinbei's place? Is that the happiness that you're talking about? Yes. What if I take his place, but find it beyond my abilities? But you'll be rich. Very rich. Rich? You'll be rich whether you have the ability or not. Maybe not as rich as Kinbei is, but the kind of wealth that you could hardly even imagine right now. Is money not happiness? Was it not money, excuse me, that you and your family found when you were young? Is it not because of money that MITSUKUE in this country enjoy endless happiness? Where would happiness be if money left you? Is this the lesson you have for me? It's not a lesson, just the simplest law of existence. Kinbei knows it, the Diet knows it, virtually everyone in MITSUKUE knows it. You knew it too when you were little. Moriuchi feels a chill come over him, as though the setting sun is suffocating in its own golden rays. Is this really the kami that he encountered when he was young? Or is this simply an absurd nightmare? No, something trying to deceive him and make him abandon his search for the kami. But its mannerisms, the way it talks, even the line, what does any of that have to do with me? He has never forgotten them. In Moriuchi's memory, even those cold words seem to be kind of encouragement. Now, though, Moriuchi is gasping for air. The cold nightmare seems inexorably suffocating. He reaches into his pocket and takes out the key. There are numerous scratches on the old-fashioned key, with a tiny maneki neko hanging from the keychain. It has kept them company for many, many years. Money is happiness, you say? Maybe that's what I always thought deep inside. But did you ever stop to think, before all that happened, I only ever thought of you as a friend. The only friend of a lonely boy. A friend brought me happiness for which I was very grateful, but could never repay. You had no intention to accept everything that I did. When you disappeared after I failed to come see you for a while, I thought it must be because I had neglected you. I thought I deserved it, because I had abandoned my only friend. You know, I almost did the exact same thing when I was being coerced by Mifune. The Oni. Yes, my guts retched in the same way when she came to rescue me, but I couldn't say anything. But you just told me that I got it backwards all along. It wasn't you who brought me happiness. You simply came to me because happiness was there. Yes. I see. You're a kami. You've never been any more or less than a kami. I'm sorry for my arrogance, to think that I could befriend a kami. Never mind trying to catch its trail. Thank you for coming to see me and telling me that I have been walking down the wrong path my entire life. How could an information broker have any true friends? Moriuchi raises the keys and takes off the Maneki Neko accessory. He looks at the keychain as though he is talking to the kami behind it. But I wanted a friend, a true friend. Can you understand that? Would it make you angry? If you're not angry, might I be so presumptuous as to make a bet with you? Moriuchi stretches out his hand into the sky, unobstructed by concrete. If I do as you say, I'll never have a true friend for the rest of my life. I'll never have true happiness. He bites his lip and opens up his trembling hand. The accessory falls straight down like any ordinary object and is soon swallowed by the dark streets beneath the setting sun. Sayonara. Where are you going? To find Hoshiguma. If Tessai's dead as you said, then I have to go and help Hoshiguma. She's in the back alley of Nita Street, the one with that tiny shrine. Huh? What are you hawing for? It's me. Maneki Neko-sama, Moriuchi turns around to see nothing, as though nothing was there to begin with, except for the orange-yellow glow of dusk. He turns his head to the front, then sees the nosy kami floating in the air in front. That Neko left because you rejected it. Does that surprise you? Then why did you help me? It's not me who wanted to help you. The star of our shrine told me to help you if I have time, for all the Chikuwa offerings you made. That Neko could have done it itself. Humph. Thank you for the help, and pass on my thanks to that, star? Don't expect me to help you fight, I'm just pointing the way. After all, both of us have a score to settle with that bastard Mifune. What's up, Gothic? How's it going? Okay, 1 second. Wifey just texted me. Moriuchi-san, did you come to help me or stop me? Help. Did you find your kami-sama then? It's doing fine, much better than I am, but it has nothing to do with me, now that I've found it. Where's Momoka? Isn't she with you? I was about to go in and rescue her. Moriuchi. Is that Moriuchi? The TV. Moriuchi-san, Momoka told me that your Odin's the best in Higashi. I want to try it once this is all over and done with. Who are you? Call me Sarasa. But we don't have time for introductions right now. Momoka, Kichise, get closer to the mic. Time to make battle plans. MITSUKUE's in for a big surprise. I want Sarasa as a playable operator. Her design is so cool. She's sick looking. I love it. Not going to be here much longer. Want to jam the music while working on the contest art. Nice! Well, hopefully everything's coming along well for you. Let's go to Before on 7. Almost done. Gazing down from the top of the TV tower, one can see fireworks rise in the night sky before falling gently and disappearing from sight. The fireworks show has not begun yet. This is simply the warm-up for the warm-up. The Fidia gazes at his own reflection in the window, and that of the reforged Hanya behind him. Hanya, I finally have you after 20 years. Too late. Too late. What could you possibly do for me other than acting as witness to this ceremony in Tessai's place? As the Fidia gazes upon the reforged Hanya, he realizes that there are remnants of what seem to be straps of some sort on the handle on the backside. The backside is untouched. A good shield, but nothing more. Mio! How long until the start of the ceremony? Around an hour. I'm going downstairs for some fresh air. Hoshiguma may crash the ceremony, Mifune-san. So much the better. What do you mean? If she does, it would mean one of two things. Either she's been driven to madness, or she has somehow managed to stay calm after Tessai's death. I mean... like, really? Captain Obvious? Of course that's going to be one of the things. Like, that's one side or the other for what could happen. There's no, like, middle ground or anything there, so you really didn't, like, give any sort of revelation there. That was just really, really dumb, Mifune. Like, come on. You're starting to show how stupid you really are. Anyways. On my turf, in front of my camera, and on television, however, she'll be nothing more than a crazed murderer. Nothing more than a footnote in the accession ceremony. A failure driven to madness. Even if I'm not a match for her, the ones upstairs will take care of her. About Momoka. Getting soft-hearted. Well, we could certainly keep her around for a while longer. Extract every last bit of value from her. We have plenty of ways to persuade her. But we'll have to leave Kichisei alive too, so that Momoka is not driven to despair. You haven't dealt with her yet, have you? No. Good. What about Tetsuya? Mio? He escaped. He what? Mifune's voice turns sinister in an instant. The truth. I let him go. Soft-hearted. Again. Yes. Is that all? That's all. I'm disappointed in you. I'm prepared to accept my punishment. It can wait, but this necessitates a change in your responsibilities. You will face Hoshiguma if she does come. It's my duty. Don't be in such a hurry to say yes. You know what awaits if she shows up before me still living and breathing. Yes. 2 ninjas will keep a constant eye on you. Won't try anything funny. Now I need to get that fresh air. Make sure everyone is ready for any unexpected situations. Johnny, do you have any favorite grunt mobile suits? Grunt mobile suits. I mean, grunt mobile suits. I've always been partial, like really partial to the Zaku design itself. And I know that's kind of cliche to say. I really do like the Zaku. I'm not such a huge fan of like the gyms, but yeah, they're very simple for what they are, and they're literally just supposed to be a mass-produced, extremely weak version of the Gundam. So I definitely like the Zaku's better than them. But in other series, I liked the different, like the serpents and stuff like that in Gundam Wing, and like they always had a really intriguing design to them. And the ones that they called the mobile dolls that were like they had no actual pilot in them, they were pretty neat. I liked those machines. But then too, like later on, I can't remember the name of it, but there was that one that the American forces used in Gundam 00 that had just a real sleek, skinny frame design. It was so small and thin, and you would think it would be so fragile, but I mean, of course it was in the face of the Gundams, but as the series went on, like they started improving that technology and things, but those had such a cool design too. A lot of the grunt machines in Gundam 00 were really neat, because you had those, and then like the European Union had those massive hulking type machines, but they were slow and clunky but high firepower. But I liked the skinnier, smaller machines better. There's a variety that I like. I'd have to think on that a little bit more though. But those ones, definitely the Gundam Wing grunt suits and the mobile dolls were pretty cool. And like I said, those American ones in 00. Gundam Seed had cool takes on like the Zaku's and stuff though too, so those were neat. Fireworks show won't start for a while. Let's walk around. No, darling, we should go straight to the site of the fireworks show on the other side of the river. They're saying on the intercity net that this area is not safe now. Rumor has it the Oyabun of the Kinsekikai is dead, killed by the Aoni, the one in the Kaidan. Oh, that media mogul? What's his name? No, that's Mifune. It was Tessai who died. You know, I actually thought Mifune was the one who died, since he's always showing up in public. There's been rumors coming from Kajimachi, plus the Northern Court spy that they're talking about. Anyway, we should go over on the other side of the river. Why was he right there? Must have been right outside the tower or whatever. Kaidan, hot topics, manipulation of public opinion. It has become second nature to him. Who would have thought that all the Kaidan of MITSUKUE originated from Shimasa's attempt to blackmail him over the diet candidate affair, only to end up slain by his sword? Shimasa's death needed to be covered up. The fledgling TV station needed relevance. The diet member, whom he was trying to butter up, was waiting to see improve his quality. So he linked Hoshiguma with Sawara the Silentious of Shinaki and reported on the haunted house for a week. It was a smashing success. The intensive reporting dispelled any suspicions that viewers had and left plenty of room for him to clean up and misdirect. Relevance from the Kaidan became money. Money moved diet members and shackled the police, made the Kinsekikai grovel before him, and rendered Tessai powerless to intervene. Everything snowballed from there. The haunted house became the ideal place to dispose of people who got in the way. But the trick could not continue forever. Interest would fade, and revenue would decline, while Tessai's suspicions and the pressure of public opinion grew. When the last gangster who knew how the diet candidate died was dealt with, he began to expand the scope and channels of the Kaidan. It could involve the kami or accidents, even a fabricated story that was sufficiently interesting and frightening. He too wondered why the people of MITSUKUE were so obsessed with Kaidan. They feared any potential danger in their life, but they could not control their own curiosity. The prospect of danger seemed to represent a fatal attraction. The TV station provided the Kinsekikai with a constant source of income. Okay. Funding the crystalline component industry, making him someone whom Tessai looked down on, but could not do without him. What is this? Cool. Meanwhile, to him, Tessai was already nothing more than I like the 4th generation gym suit. Which one's the 4th gen? Let me look that up real quick. 4. Okay. Really? Stupid ads. Okay, that would be... Oh, wow. Okay, wait. Variants. There we go. I tell you what, the version in Gundam Evolve was pretty sick. That was pretty cool looking. Actually, come to think of it, another one that I liked, because it was in Char's counterattack, was the Jagan. I like that the design of that suit, but it kind of reminded me of the one in New Mobile Police Patlabar. Was that the name of that series? But where they had the police mechs and stuff, that was kind of cool. But the Jagan looked, the head design for that one looked a little similar, but I think I remember something about the mechanical designer that drew that or made that suit was similar on, but I don't remember for sure. But I like the Jagans too. I kind of forgot about them. Char's counterattack had some neat suits, but the movie was shorthanded in the sense that it only introduced the original Sazabi, or was it the Sazabi? Yeah. And the new Gundam, when there was the second versions of each suit in the original novelization of it, Beltorchika's children, which was pretty cool. There was more of an expanded story too, and Quest Pariah was in the book, I guess, much less stupid to say the least. But the expansion of the mobile suits and stuff in the novelization was, I guess, much better than the movie. But I don't know. I still love the movie. It's a classic to me. Emergency. 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 This is not a drill. This is not a drill. What on earth? What's going on? Earthquake? MITSUKUE is under attack by the Northern Court. Repeat. MITSUKUE is under attack by the Northern Court. For your own safety, please follow these instructions. What? A Northern Court invasion?
If you are inside, close all doors and windows and await further instructions. If you are outside, go to the nearest shelter immediately. Shelter? Do we have those in MITSUKUE? There used to be announcements, but now we'll have to look for the signs. On Nita Street and beyond, all of MITSUKUE is suddenly filled with red lights, with the exception of the oblivious fireworks. The fear that was once forgotten had been reawakened. Conflict between North and South has only increased since the Blood Peak campaign, but rapid economic growth caused the attention of the people to drift away from the gunfire on the border. MITSUKUE and Kusaragawa continued to treat each other as potential adversaries, even after the 90s, but the average folk have long since forgotten the possibility. The fear, which was lain forgotten for many years but never truly left, seized the hearts of MITSUKUE's people more powerfully than any kaidan. Ifune-san, what the blazes is going on? Someone hacked into Kinseki's channel's broadcasting network. They tampered with the backup emergency footage provided by the government and are broadcasting it all over the city. We're not sure how, but they even managed to take over the networks of some of the other stations. Even our partners are affected. They're spamming our phone lines, thinking that we approved it. Moshi Moshi, what's going on? It's the diet. How's the infiltration going? Couldn't be better. Total chaos right now. Had no difficulty breaching. Don't go too far, Sarasa. There might be unintended consequences to spreading fake news. Don't worry. I avoided crowded places like the fireworks show and places like hospitals, schools, and old folks' homes, where people tend to have weak hearts. I also set a retraction video to play after the warnings looped a few times, telling people that it was a mistake. I'll go to the ceremony now with Momoka and Kichisei. Time for you to create more chaos, Hoshiguma. On it. AKA Hoshiguma's going to fight Mio, right? Because stage 7, you fought Mio. Yeah, so Hoshiguma walks in the opposite direction of the panicking crowd, towards the TV station. As Sarasa said, the broadcasts are now changing to play the retraction video, and the crowd gradually begins to calm down. As Hoshiguma walks, she wonders if she might see the reaction she hoped for from the crowd. It need not be an awakening or an awareness of vigilance. Nothing so heavy. She just wants to see them shiver and remember what fear truly is. Not just a little punctuation to spice up a happy life. But all she hears is people excitedly repeating a single word. Kaidan. Here we are. So little security. Looks like the station really has its hands full. The one-horned Oni walks inside without hesitation, passing by 1, 2, and 3 station staff without being noticed, until the 4th. The Ao-Oni! It's the Ao-Oni! Call the Kinsekikai! I suggest you make way while I'm still asking politely. No. They have her surrounded. They outnumber her many to 1, yet for some reason, there is a thought in all their minds that they cannot shake. She outmatches them, 1 against many. This is for your own good. Maybe some of you have heard about what the Ao-Oni of Kinsekikai did 20 years ago, right here in MITSUKUE. Even if we're no longer clan family, even if your Oyabun killed Uncle Tessai, I don't want to fight you if I don't have to. Make way. I want to see Kinbei. Don't make me do this. You won't get away! The Kinsekikai never issued a notice of expulsion or no contact to you. You're still part of the Kinsekikai. And to attack us is to attack your own family. Do you really believe that? No one answers. Hoshiguma continues walking, almost nonchalantly. There is no sound of footsteps behind her, only a slight whoosh of something flying through the air. She does not even cast a glance at it, be it knife or flash drive, shuriken, or just a handful of beans. None of that matters anymore. When you're throwing a knife, you really should throw it like you mean it. You might as well have been throwing roasted soybeans. Oni wa soto, fuka wa uchi. That's the old saying. Oni out, fortune in. Surrender, and we can keep it at that. There's no bad blood between us. No bad blood. Maybe you're right, but back in my day, we had a different slogan when we threw beans in Kajimachi. We said, fortune out, Oni in. She draws her sword. The Yakuza, who have heard of the Ao-Oni, instinctively take a step backwards. Only one of the younger members steps forward, seemingly oblivious to what he is risking for a chance at glory. All right, then. Well, he done. No one saw what the one-horned Oni did. All they saw was a blue flash, and the young Yakuza fell to the ground, a bloody gash on his thigh. There's only one of her! Get her! We're the Kinseki Kai. We're the strongest. Get her. We must not disappoint the Kinseki Kai or Chairman Mifune. That's more like it. They rush toward the striding Oni like the tide. The Oni takes a step after step forward, until the distance between her and the figure ahead closes to a hair's breadth. Once again, the blue light, but this time, everyone sees the true nature of the Oni, no longer attempting to suppress her fury. Hoshiguma's blade moves through the air. Before long, there is no longer anyone standing in her way. The injuries are not fatal, but no one has the strength or the stomach to oppose her anymore. Only the one-horned Oni stands tall. Sad. She's just like, meh, I took care of him. It's pretty easily, too. All right, 7 after now. We're almost done. Then we have both 8 and then story 3, and we are wrapped with the story. The RGM 79Q GM. I'm guessing they built it to keep with the Gundams. Probably. I mean, most of those machines were just meant, like, you know, they were mass-produced units intended to be like just weaker versions because the Gundams are so specially designed and could take more damage, could deal with more firepower, could use more firepower and stuff, of course. But those weaker machines were just whatever. Throw them in and let them fight with everybody and anybody, as opposed to higher trained pilots and stuff too. So, plus Battlefield against the Zaku, they needed something to match that because all they had in the beginning was those stupid little balls, you know, the little, whatever they called them, the ball droid bot things that they flew around in. Those couldn't put up a fight, so those sucked. The TV station's in total chaos. How? Grandma told me stories about Northern Court Special Forces infiltrating MITSUKUE in her youth. I didn't think much of it at the time. Thinking about it now, though, what we're seeing is just a fraction of what could really happen. Her design is so cool. And this, like, it gives me both, like, Tesla coil vibes, but also instrument vibes. Like, it looks like the end of a string instrument, like a cello, or like a big bass bassoon, or whatever those big, like, they look like the guitar, but they're massive, and they stand on the ground, they stand up, and they have an end like that, and they're just a few strings, you know, big instrument, string instrument like that. And these look like the tuning knobs for the strings, but again, the way they stick out also looks like Tesla coil, plus this goop looking stuff inside. Looks like it's falling out, bubbling. But her overall design is just really cool. Like, come on, you can't tell me that she is not going to be a future operator. She would be awesome. Very awesome. Color scheme's popping too, a little bit, but... And then too, like, she got the spikes on her gloves. They look like little metal fingertips and stuff, like kind of gauntlet looking. Very mixture of some, like, weird cyberpunky design to her. So, I don't know. I really like it. But, pretty cool. We need Sarasa playable. At least the gyms did better than the Zaku's. Oh, yeah. For sure. They were less costly, I think, after they got the manufacturing process down as far as the lore went. It cost less or something to produce the gyms than it did the Zaku's. But, that was also making sacrifices. I can't remember for sure. I have the original novel for the original series too, and I remember reading it at one point. I don't know if I ever finished it. I think I did, but I think there was something about that in there too. But that was interesting because the way that novel ended basically left no room for anything. Like, Zeta Gundam would have never been possible. Neither would Double Z for sure. Char's counterattack, all that stuff, Unicorn, none of it would have happened if that original novel was how the original Gundam actually would have ended. But it's still really neat. But God, I kind of want to go back and watch that Zeta Gundam trilogy with the redone footage and stuff like that, the newer animation from a few years back. That was a sick movie trilogy. What do you think about my surprise for Kinbei? I think it might be a little too big. Well, we should focus on our own tasks. Moriuchi-san has already infiltrated the TV station. We need to head to the accession ceremony. There shouldn't be many people there at this time, but you'll need to help out if there's any resistance. Gotcha. All that's left to do is act. I'll lead the way. Climb up this vent. Follow me. I'm coming.
Ooh. Cool picture.
It's so high. Don't worry, I've got a light. Hold my hand and I'll lead you on.
Momika tries, not to look down, but she cannot keep herself from shaking. They are moving through massive formations of steel rebar. The darkness of night hangs above, while it is bright as day underneath their feet. TV station staff, yakuza, and ninja form a picture of chaos beneath them.
How are you doing, Kichise? All right. Good. You don't come up to this kind of place often? Who does? Are you just a deserting ninja or something? No, I got used to this kind of place while hiding from ninjas. Hiding? That's not important. We're here. We've got people down below. Momika, jump over this gap and follow those pipes down to the stage. You should be able to jump to stay out of their view. That far? I'll try.
Whoops. Momika clenches her fists, her eyes fixed forward, and kicks the ground hard. The steel structure suddenly starts moving, and the platform beneath Momika's feet begins to vibrate irregularly.
Why did it start moving all of a sudden? I think I'm falling. Watch your head. What's going on? Whoa!
Uh-oh.
She fell? We're going down to Sarasa! Yahoo!
Her kitty face every time something crazy happens. It's amazing.
Are you all right, Momika? I'm all right. Hanging in there. Get on the stage. I'll get the console. Start once the lights come on. I can't wait for Momika's show.
Uh-oh.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Yo-san. Momika. You've come to stop me, haven't you? Yes. Why? For the Kinseki Kai. I know what you're going to say. That will ruin the Kinseki Kai.
Mio-san, Hoshiguma has shown up at the door of the TV station. You should go now according to Mifune-san's instructions.
Hoshiguma showed up for her.
But Mifune-san...
The other one watching me. I know you're there. Go and tell Mifune-san that Hoshiguma will definitely come, and I'll be waiting for her here. Now, Momika, Kichise-san, and that girl hiding behind the console whose name I do not know. I suggest you stay put until Hoshiguma shows up. Your grievances against Mifune-san and the Kinseki Kai are certainly legitimate, but this place is also home to me and to many others. I can't let you destroy it. She's bluffing! Momika!
The black ethereal hand suddenly appears in front of Kichise's neck. She instinctively takes a step back and pulls the trigger. The ethereal hand shreds the bead-shaped grenade. The lights go out and the stage darkens, illuminated only by a faint light in the direction of the console. Mio walks towards the light, sword in hand. Tanto in the other.
That's right. I'm here. Come on now.
One of the spotlights suddenly turns on, shining straight into Mio's eyes. Then another, and another, and another. Then, they all turn off at the same time. Mio's hesitation lasts only an instant. She takes a moment to collect herself and charges at the console. Bang! A falling spotlight narrowly misses Mio's head. By the time she turns her gaze back to the control console, there is no longer anyone there. While Mio is occupied with the console, Kichise, Momika, and Sarasa begin running towards the side stage exit.
She's locked the door. Let's try another.
Click, click, click. They hear the sounds of locks being engaged. The lights above their head turn back on. Mio slowly walks towards the gathered trio.
The lights are no longer under your control. Resistance is futile. You think so? Sarasa closes her eyes and raises her lamp-shaped staff. Mio's pace quickens. Suddenly, the tip of the staff emits a blinding light, and the spotlights above the stage turned off again. Not just the spotlights, all the light that remains on the stage is trapped in the liquid bouncing at the tip of her staff. Lights out, Ice Queen! And even the last glimmer of light is utterly consumed. Sarasa! Let me sleep. I'm so tired. What do we do? I can hear Mio-san's footsteps. She's coming. Let's try the other side of the stage. Maybe the door's still unlocked. No, it's too far. She'll find us. This is where we fell, isn't it? Can we go back the way we came? The fence. Kichise puts Sarasa on her back and was about to move when they hear Mio's voice coming from the center of the stage. One second here. Don't bother. I can hear you. What do we do? It's all or nothing. I'll deal with her. Okay. Nothing for me to worry about. Excellent. Cool. Alright. Suddenly she hears the sound of knocking behind her. Is it locked? I guess we'll have to do this the hard way. Get out of the way! A massive crash and the locked door swings open, bringing in light from beyond. The next instant, as though answering the call with a light coming in from the door, bright orbs of light float up from Sarasa's staff and go back to where they came from. There's Guma. Sarasa? I thought I would get to sleep for a little longer. There'll be no light in here as long as I'm still asleep. Sarasa yawns and the spotlights above flicker. Mio does not move from her position, so Sarasa begins walking towards the console. Momoko follows hesitantly, but Mio remains in place. Aren't you going to stop them? No, your blade is drawn. My duty is not to deal with them. I doubt your minions have what it takes to beat Kichise and Sarasa. In that case, there's nothing I can do. What about Mifune? I don't care. You. Our battle has nothing to do with him. Interesting. The last TV station set's back online, Detective Kurito. I hear you. The guys assigned to the fireworks show want to know what to do. The citizens are still uneasy after that scare. Any risk of a stampede or other serious accident? Minimal. The situation's very much within expected parameters. And the show will go on. Mifune likes excitement. We'll give him excitement. We're getting calls from citizens asking what happened. What do you think? Do you think I think? Tell them we're investigating. Kinseki Station is, of course, responsible for the erroneous announcement of a Northern Court invasion, and we're taking this very seriously. Detective Kurito, you have a visitor. Who? Kohei Mifune? Detective Kurito. If it wasn't Mifune, I thought it would have been his diet friend paying a personal visit. Making insinuations will do no favors for your career. Besides, you overestimate your own importance. Should I take that as an admission? I've come to warn you. The police must bear responsibility for the chaos that occurred on Nita Street tonight. We do not wish to see the chaos spread any further. Bear responsibility, eh? Oh dear. I think I just peed my pants. What's your attitude? You still have a chance to settle this matter peacefully. Do I? Pray, enlighten me. Cancel all events scheduled for tonight. Focus your forces on restoring order at Kinseki Station, and begin a search for those responsible. Such as? The number one suspect is, I'm sure, Kohei Mifune, considering that it was his station that broadcast that. Your men are not allowed to touch him. Have a nice day. If you refuse to obey orders, you may go once you have signed this resignation. Feel free to discuss any concerns with your supervisor. Wow, I still have a chance to turn back. It's too late for that. Like you said, it's too late for that. The detective reaches out with his foot. You! He trips the visitor, takes the piece of paper with the name of the detective supervisor on it, and tears it to pieces. Oh my, I didn't expect you to fall like that. I thought our diet friend would have a tougher secretary. How dare you! Go, tell your boss that the police are here to protect his bloody life, not his bloody money.
If he really thinks someone's after his life, he can come personally to the station and file a report, and we'll take it into consideration. Now get lost. Zeon's incompetent leadership is why the Zaku's exist, or at least the overproduction of Zaku's bleeding the coffers of Zeon. I mean, yeah, they did overproduce, and the thing was that, you know, they were in a hurry to get the first machines out that could change the tide of battle. So, admittedly, you know, that they did screw up big time. But, I mean, greed and overzealousy got them in a bad situation. They screwed up big time. And they learned from it once leadership changed, but then again, when leadership changed and certain ones took over, everything else went out the door, so it's such a convoluted power struggle with Zeon. Internal power struggle, I should say. But then again, you know, the Earth Federation had their share of BS too, but white sword, black gloves, white hand, black sword, white tanto, black ethereal hand. It was a dizzying exchange of black and white. Contrary to the impression she gives, the Liberi's swordplay is overwhelmingly aggressive, with only attacks, feints, and more attacks, with not the slightest attention paid to defense. The moves of the one-horned Oni, on the other hand, are almost staggeringly basic. Dodge, parry, backstep, sidestep. 12. You just blocked 12 attacks in quick succession. Why don't you fight back? Are you still afraid of your sword? If I was, it wouldn't have left its sheath to begin with. You, on the other hand, look all polite and cultured, but your moves are pure aggression and ferocity. That's not Kinbei's style. My sword has nothing to do with him. Then why do you give your life for him? Since when have I given my life for him? Stop fooling yourself. Hoshiguma takes a deliberate look around. Kichise is sending explosions everywhere with her grenades, while the stage equipment has turned into a giant monster under Sarasa's control. With Momika doing an impressive job of not getting caught, the trio is more than holding their own. There's only one last thing to do in their battle plan. The only thing I'm trying to protect is the Kinsekikai. And Kinbei has told you to lead it? And Kinbei has to lead it? The Kinsekikai needs to be a place where the dregs of society can survive. Those who have nowhere else to go. And Tessai couldn't give you that? No. You can keep parrying. But you will eventually show an opening. Finally, you're attacking. All I got was the edge of your clothes. There's blue fire burning around you. Is that your arts? Blue fire? You're right. I didn't notice. Back to the question. What is it that Tessai couldn't give you, but Kinbei can? Tessai could not even protect himself. Neither really can Kinbei, because, I mean, he has everybody else doing it for him. Hoshiguma thrusts. The attack is simple, but the flames upon the sword force Mio to leap backwards. Damn. That's not what I wanted to hear. Your flames are burning even fiercer. Tell me, why couldn't Tessai give you what he wanted? Because Tessai couldn't protect himself. MITSUKUE didn't need him, nor did it need a Mio working under Tessai. You! A silent, ragged orphan who only fights tooth and nail when someone steps on her is the subject of scorn. An equally silent, well-dressed assistant who only draws her sword when the company's interests are compromised is the subject of admiration. I thought you came from some noble martial family fallen on hard times. Ha! Tessai wanted to give dregs of society like us a home, and so he's dead. Mifune knows we don't deserve a home, and so he lives on. Is that how MITSUKUE judges the Kinsekikai? Always has. Hoshiguma is almost completely engulfed in the azure flame. The Liberi wonders if the flame will consume the Oni before it consumes her. You are angry. Were you angry like this too 20 years ago? Does that matter? Mifune-san wants you to lose your reason, as you did 20 years ago. He believes it will turn you into a crazed beast, one that everyone will be eager to put down. You know this is what he wants, and so you suppress yourself, which is why you didn't draw your sword the last time. Humph. Are you inviting me to give in to anger? Complete the mission your master assigned? It's not what I want, but I would have no issue with it. It would be a shame, that's all. Why? A perfect opponent who could never stand before me in perfect condition, forced to either suppress herself or lose control entirely. But that's all. Take this. Mio once again prepares to attack. 3 hands, 3 swords, a posture seemingly without form or order, but ready to pounce on any weakness. Catch!
Who's there?
This is crazy heavy. You know how hard it was to get out of Kinbei's room? Even with all that chaos at the TV station. Catch! Moriuchi swings his entire body to throw Hanya in the direction of the standoff. Miu's ethereal hand is the first to catch Hanya's handle, but Hoshiguma leaps up and spins 180 degrees like she is dancing, forcing the ethereal hand to loosen its grip, allowing her to take Hanya's handle. Suppress or lose control. It won't happen, with or without Hanya. Hoshiguma tightens her grip around the ribbon on her sword. Hanya's an old friend, after all. Maybe you had a chance just now, but not any longer. Well. Ooh. Rage. The rage that seemed compressed around Hoshiguma now spreads outwards, burning on her arms, her shield, and her sword. Hoshiguma takes a step forward, and the flames of rage almost catch the hem of Mia's clothing. Ooh, that's a badass image. Good. It's good enough for me to know that you won't lose control. Hoshiguma faces off against black and white, cans human and not, swords long and short. The Liberi shows no fear. The edges of her mouth angle ever so slightly upwards. Any last words? Be kind to the Kinsekikai. Be kind to Momoka. My conscience is clear on all other matters except her. I'll remember. What about Kinbei? Any last words about him you want to say? Him? Is there any need to talk about him here and now? Ha! Good point. Hoshiguma shifts her posture to one that makes it easy to unleash her power. The blue flames continue to burn intermittently around her. The face of Hanya glares with wide-open eyes on the face of the shield. The edge of the sword seems ready to seep blue blood. Ha! At least the Federation has competent leadership. Early on, yeah. Early on. The later things went, it kind of went downhill for a while. Especially, like... I mean, there were some issues during Zeta Gundam. But I think after that, they started to rebuild better, and they definitely got a lot more competent. Even during, like, Unicorn, they had much more competent leadership. They were stronger there than ever, I think. But... Is this Hanya? Yes, this is Hanya. Your swords are worthy of you. They took the full brunt of Hanya and survived. You can pick them up, then we'll continue. There's no need. You've made your strength clear. There's no point in trying to fight you anymore. I must prepare. For what? For the aftermath. For Kinsekikai without Mifune-san. How's things on Momoka's side, Moriichi? Are they ready? Just waiting for you to finish fighting. Sarasa? Aye, aye, sir. Momoka? Momoka stands in the middle of the stage with the spotlight on her. Kichise has done her best to clear space, though there are still a few Yakuza lying on the ground near her. Ah, costume change. I'm ready to begin. All right, then. Kinseki Station's biggest program of the night begins now. Interesting. Okay, so that was the end of 7, right? We did the after. I'm just gonna double check here. Hoshiguma fights her way into the TV station, helps Momoka and the others. She fights me. Yeah, okay, so we did that one. So now we're on 8. We've got 8 before and after, and then we've got the end story. Well, it's almost 3:30 as it is, so I am going to have to save those for our EXNS stage video. So, for now, let's back up a little bit and see what do we got going on here. MITSUKUE guidebook. I gotta collect this stuff. So now it's just the EX stages, challenge mode, S stage, that kind of thing. Okay. What about this? Let's check this. Passed by the door, bumped into my beating heart. Shy. Complete a deal to unlock customer information. Okay. Chance that the diehard fan appears increased today. Momoka Hanyu's latest single tops the charts on the day of release, leading to a 3-hour traffic jam as fans pack the streets. Okay. What will you choose? Customer seems doubtful. Ending a conversation now may lead to failure. So you've got to get trust and interest skyrocketed here. So, okay. Let's go free talk to start. The customer complained about seeing a psychiatrist. How rude. I told him the tea he ordered was imported and cost 88,000. Okay. Let's charm him. I had a feeling that you'd come, so compelled the store. Anxiety increases. Come as advertised. Do you do subscription deals? All I want is some insider info. We can talk about the fee. Okay, customer still has patience. Okay, let's ramble a little bit. We got to get that trust up. Okay. Charm him again. Really got to get this up higher. Anxiety increases. He's still calm though. Customer still has patience. Okay, customer's expression isn't good. He's lost. Okay. Let's not ramble. Let's charm him. Okay. Free talk. We're getting close here. We're probably gonna have to wrap it up. This is probably gonna be the last thing we can roll with this one. A little too repetitive. He's gonna screw us next. No? Okay. So let's try it. Settle based on current status. We got a small win. Okay. We were over that. We got the income bonus, so not bad. Okay. Okay, let's try this guy. Okay, what's his vibe check? Okay. Let's ramble and try and get his trust up really high. Now we can charm him. Bring the interest back up. Okay. Sweet talk him a little bit. Okay. Let's get that trust way up high. Okay. Customer's expression, now he's lost. That's okay. Let's ramble a little more. And then we got to get his interest up high again. Okay. Charm. Let's ramble. And I'll probably be... Yeah, that's probably it. Customer trusts this information completely. There's no chance of failure. Beginning to be distracted. Better conclude the deal before they turn around and leave. We need to get the interest up just a little higher, so let's try this. Let's see if we can end it here. Done talking. Yep, we got it. Okay. Huge profit. Let's go. We got low on that, but you know what? That's fine. I'm not too worried about the income bonus. Okay. This guy. Let's get that trust up high. That's the big thing. Sweet talk. Yeah, let's sweet talk. Let's try and even it up a little bit. That's just sweet talking him. I need to get the trust up now, because trust is low. Yeah. Logic. Okay, how's it? We don't have any more vibe check. Okay. Okay. We gotta charm him, because we gotta get that trust up. I don't know if I can go one more. Let's try it. And nope, customer's irritated. Crap, I screwed it. Oh well. We tried. Deal's a deal. Oh well. So much for that. We did good with the first guy. Great with the second one, and then screwed up the last one. But not bad. not bad overall, I guess. Clear event stages to obtain more idle gossips. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to go back and clear stages to do that. We got a few days remaining, though. That's all that matters. Vintage Bazaar. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some of this stuff, too. Okay. I'll do some farming on my off time.
Here's a carnival
But
costume. Put it on.
I collect this stuff, and let's talk for a minute. Thunderbolt, or the war between the Federation and Zeon became a pointless slaughter. Oh, man. That's the damn truth. Alrighty. So, not bad overall. We are almost done with the story, and we only have the before and after of 8 and the end of the story, the ST-3 to finish up. So we'll do that in tomorrow's stream with the EX and S stages. We'll just kind of break things up a little bit by doing some stages, read a little bit, do some stages, read a little bit, and then finish everything off that way. So the story will be finished there, but we're at the very tail end of it. So we did pretty good, but I've got to get off because I've got to run and get my wife here soon whenever she gives me the okay. She's running a little bit late. She texted me earlier, but that's about it. Nothing too crazy. Other than that, though, like I said, I am planning on coming back again later tonight. I have another Fortnite stream planned. As long as everything works out with the fam, we're all good. We're all ready to play. Then we will play later on tonight for you guys and just have a little bit of fun. But we got to get some stuff done around the house first. And then, like I said, tomorrow we will have things ready to rock and roll for kind of finishing up this event. And then if I can, on Tuesday, we'll do one final event-related stream with like a little special thing. Or I might record a video and release it for that too. We'll see. We'll see how things go. All just kind of depends on time. But we'll figure out this upcoming week as well when it comes to other streams and stuff like that. And keep you guys in the loop as best as we can. For now, though, I got to get off and get ready to go get my wife. So, guys, I will see you later on tonight at some point. I would say ballpark. I would say at the latest, either 8 or 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll see for sure. But that's it for now. We will see you all later tonight.
Reflected under city lights, without a care or fears, how we living life. Though the vibe's right, I want it more. When it's over, forgot what I was running toward. I wanna chill with a familiar face, get lost in their eyes without